Okay, so apologies. Having like little network issues. But please, can we all confirm if you can hear me?
Yes, we can hear. We
Okay.
can hear you now. Hear you now.
Okay, thank you very much. So for the housekeeping rules, for us to actually maximize the safe space, these are some of the key things we would advise everyone to try to do. Firstly, let us all try to be aware of our environment. Ensure you are in a quiet, distraction-free space. Next is for you to keep your volume at a safe level. You know, safety is of utmost priority, and in Mr. B's foundation, we actually are very key on safety. So avoid listening at excessively high volumes when using hands-free devices. Also, please, for people not speaking, please mute your mic so as to reduce the background noise and just ensure that there is a seamless program going on. Next is only try to share your video when requested, so you can turn on your camera only if you're asked to do so. And lastly, please do not watch while driving. For safety reasons, do not attend virtual meetings while driving. So I hope these are key rules in which everyone try to take note of in order to maximize a safe environment. So next on our agenda, we're going to be moving to who we are, and I'll be inviting Khadija. Miss Khadija.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Please kindly confirm if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay. So who are we? Mr. B Educational Foundation is a well-registered non-governmental organization with the CAC, that is the Corporate Affairs Commission, and it was established based on 3 out of 17 United Nations SDGs. The goals are 1, no poverty. Then goal 4, good and quality education. We have the goal 17, partnership to have achieved the goals. So our vision is to empower the next generation by propagating education, both formal and informal. And the mission of the foundation is 1, to give outstanding students award of excellence, teachers in government-owned schools. Then 2, vocational training skills to members of the community, especially women and youths. And the third one is to support towards career development through our mentorship program. The next slide, please. Next slide. Our story so far. So 2019 was our year of academic excellence. We were able to empower 1,000 students with vocational skills, and we positively impacted the education as a priority. Then 3 principals were sponsored to participate in an extensive training on school management, and the school were inaugurated into a reward for academic scheme. Then we provided 500 nose masks for teachers and students during the COVID period. Then in 2021, that was our year of collaboration. We partnered with a school book drive in one of the biggest slums in Lagos, where we were able to provide materials for over 40 students. Then we have the International Girls Child in partnership with Ibile Youth Badagry Division. We were able to reward some students for their academic excellence. Then over 20 individual sponsors who shared some goal and sought on equal chance for students irrespective of the background. So 2023 was a year of great impact and fruitful impact. So 78 students have been rewarded for their academic excellence. We collaborated with Society for Petroleum Engineers, UI, to encourage over 1,000 students on the importance of education, and Light Up a Child's Education was initiated. I will talk more about this initiation very soon in the next slide. Then over 6 months of hands-on training in fashion and catering in partnership with experts like Brazilian Fashion was achieved in 2023. Then we got an award for from Selfless Service Foundation also in 2023. In 2025, that was a year of mentorship and big vision. 68 women were empowered with skills that serves as their source of livelihood till now. We were able to collaborate with Kao Foundation and Ruraola Foundation to extensively get students ready for CBT exams like UTME and the likes. So over 3,000 students and young professionals benefited from our mentorship program and scholarship preparedness sessions. Next slide, please. So for our Light Up a Child Education 2.0 coming up, so we have the objective of the program. We are going to be sending out flyers when the program is about to kickstart. Why can you be a part of this initiative? You will be providing reliable, sustainable solar lighting to students in low-income community. You are going to be empowering them to study after dark, improving academic performance, and pursue their dreams without the limitation of inadequate or dangerous lighting options like kerosene lamp. So to our right, if you are going to be sponsoring a student and a teacher, so the total amount for this sponsorship is going to be 89,520 naira. So that's, you are supporting a student and a teacher. For the students, we are going to be having scientific calculator, 3 pairs of socks, and 12 notebooks, 6 pens like we have on the flyer. I don't want to bore with plenty talk. Then most importantly, we are going to be adding a solar lamp for the student to ease their study during dark. Then for the teacher, we have their notebooks, all these teaching aids, pencils, and the likes. That is for a student and a teacher. Then if you are going to be sponsoring for an entire school, meaning 6 outstanding students and 4 teachers, the total for this project is going to be costing us about 422,120 naira. So that means for each student, they are going to be getting the same thing the other students are getting, then plus 4 teachers. So that's how we got to this total. So in case you want to partner with us on this particular project, you can reach out to us on our website, or you can send us an email. Then we'll forward a proposal, detailed proposal that shows the breakdown of all of this. So thank you once again for joining, and have an amazing day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Khadija, for that actually grown from inception till now. Just looking through, I am actually really amazed by all the changes that community, and for this light of a child's education 2.0. I think this is something everyone should actually really key into, because as I say, education, please everybody, let's try to reach out to Khadija or through the contact detail here at info@mistbsfoundation.org. It's really important. Let's try to light up a child's education. So thank you so much, Ms. Khadija, for that. Next on our agenda, next being a remark from our founder, and for most of us, we know her as Madam Mistura. Well, I know her as Madam Mistura, and the founder of Mr. B's Education Foundation, Madam Mrs. Mistura Yusuf. She holds a bachelor's degree in chemical and polymer engineering from Lagos State University. She has over 5 years experience within the engineering industry, which cuts across FMCG, chemical industry, and oil and gas industry in companies like Unilever PLC, Nigeria Gas Company. In Madam Mistura's bio, please, I would like for us to be giving her a virtual round of applause, as she has worked as a commissioning and process production engineer in the utility department at the largest single train refinery in the world, Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemical FZE. I can't see our applauses. She played a pivotal role in the commissioning of the units and inducted over 200 trainings, 200 trainees, enlightening visitors and investors about the refinery process. Madam Isura is an award-winning member of the Society of Petroleum Engineers International with a membership of over 12 years, where she currently serves as the International Young Professional Lead after managing thousands of young professionals within Nigeria, Africa, and Germany. She is an executive master's student of energy engineering and management at the Hector School of Engineering and Management in Germany, and recently earned a diploma in corporate entrepreneurship from Zaid Business School, Barcelona, Spain. Madam Mistura is the host of the Behind the Scene of Hanergy YouTube podcast. More details will be talked on that, where successful women come share the real stories of how they triumphed alongside the men who helped. She is passionate She's passionate about education, energy, leadership, innovation, and mentorship. Please, can we all give a virtual round of applause for Madam Mistura as she takes the floor to give her remark? Please, let's give her a round of applause. We can also make use of the chat box to applaud her. Madam Mistura, please, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Michael. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Good morning, sorry, good day, everyone. So I don't have to say good morning and it looks like that. So good day, everyone. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the International Women's Day 2026 celebration hosted by Mr. B's Educational Foundation. Today is actually a very special day for us as a community, looking at the fact that this body is a women-led organization. On the board, we have like 6 women and a man. So it's actually worth celebrating. It's a time to celebrate women who are not only dreaming, but building, leading, creating opportunities, and opening doors for others. At Mr. B's Educational Foundation, as Khadija has rightly said, we work with majorly 3 SDG goals, and the last, which is partnership for impact. So we partner with other organizations who work with other SDG goals that actually align with what we do. And these principles actually guide our mission of empowering the next generation through education, mentorship, and community development. Over the years, we've witnessed incredible progress through our initiatives, from recognizing outstanding students, teachers, to providing educational resources, mentorship opportunities, and vocational support for young people and women within our communities. But today's event is about something even deeper. The theme for this year, as Michael has said, is unlocking opportunities, the give to gain strategy for modern female entrepreneurs and leaders. Like, it's the theme is actually very one that I'm very passionate about, because at some point in our life we'll all become leaders, or that leader within your own organization, which is you as an entrepreneur, or leader working for someone. And the aim of everyone is actually to go from where you start to the top. And this theme actually reminds us that growth does not always come from what we take, but from what we give. Our knowledge, our time, our support, our networks, and our courage to lift others as we rise. Because when we give value, we create trust. When we collaborate, we create opportunities. And when women support women, we actually create powerful ecosystems of growth. Today, we are going to be privileged to hear from remarkable women who are doing exactly that and even more. We hear from our keynote speaker, Edwina Momo, a behavior change strategist and founder of Breakout the Box, who will challenge us to move from hidden potential to visible impact. We'll also hear from our insightful panelists who bring expertise from being entrepreneurs, business coach, from being engineers within the male-dominated industry, tech industry, as a leader, um, and all of them are going through personal development. Through their stories and experiences, they will help us explore practical ways to unlock opportunities within our career, businesses, and personal journey. And I trust our moderator, Kemi, to actually guide this important conversation and help us unpack the strategies behind the give to gain philosophy. So if you have your questions, please start putting them down, as there will be room to ask questions. And we are also creating space today to support entrepreneurs and small businesses, because when women-led businesses grow, communities as well grow. You know what it is now. When you train a woman, you actually train a nation. But before we proceed, I want to encourage everyone to engage in today's session. Like I said earlier, please ask questions, connect with someone new. Forget the fact that it's a virtual event. You can actually, I know someone who got a project manager during our mentorship conference last year. So it's an opportunity for you to connect, type in the chat box, reflect on what you want to gain from this and what you can give to actually unlock the next level of your journey. You can see the caliber of the panelists we have. You don't know who is on this call, so please connect and sell yourself, because sometimes the opportunity we are looking for is already waiting on the other side of our willingness to contribute. So every woman here, you see, we had a flyer where we celebrated every woman who has been a part of this journey as mentees, mentors, collaborators, speakers, and everything. So either you're an entrepreneur, a professional, a student, or someone that is still even discovering your path, just remember that your voice matters, your ideas matter, your impacts matter, and the world becomes better when you step boldly into your purpose. Thank you again for being a part of this community, for supporting the vision of Mr. B's Educational Foundation. Happy International Women's Day, because we are what to be celebrated every day. And I wish you an inspiring and transformative session. Thank you very much.
Please, let's really give a very loud virtual round of applause for Madam Mistura. That was a very beautiful opening remark. One other thing that really resonated with me is the audacity. She said, connect. Forget that this is a virtual call, but connect with everybody. You never can tell who would help you. Your helper might eventually be on this call. So I will start with that. I'm looking for a job that can actually pay me like 5 to 10 million. I am trying to be audacious right now. So this is me. I'm selling myself right now. So just in case. But thank you so much, Madam Mistura, for that beautiful opening remark. Please, let's not forget, use the chat box to connect with yourselves. You can type your name, where you're joining from, and also indicate or add your LinkedIn link. Let people get to check you out, connect with you. This might be like your little step, and then you get to let us know one day that yes, You got this from Madam Mistura's program from the Mr. Base Educational Foundational Program. So thank you so much once again, Madam Mistura, for that. Next, we'll be moving to a very, very, like the number of varies is actually a lot because when I saw this in the program, I was actually amazed. Our next upcoming, like IB Quick and the rest, we have her. So we'll be moving to the next part of the program, which is the spoken word. For people that know IB Quick, you can just put a yay, hi on the chat box. We have our own. I don't, Miss Zanisha, Miss.
Yeah, I don't know if
Okay,
you can see me.
yes, we can see you.
Okay.
Miss Zanisha.
I am exceptional Zanisha, and if you give me few minutes of your time, I'm going to give a spark. I bet you been dey think say opportunity go just wake up one morning and say, "Hey sis, I don't arrive." No be so. Opportunity no dey knock for person wey dey hide. E dey locate people wey dey provide. E dey bow down for people wey be say they get value worldwide. In a world screaming secure the bag, the powerful woman whispers secure the bond because money follows value, value follows service, and service begins with generosity. That small advice you gave without charging na investment. That contact you saved without adding your name na strategy. That time is spent on somebody else's dream na seed. Seed looks like loss before productivity, but harvest respects consistency. The modern female entrepreneur no dey compete, she collaborates. She no dey hoard, she empowers. She no dey rush, she builds. Because when you lift others, you build visibility. When you stay consistent, you earn authority. And suddenly, rooms start opening without applications. Names start traveling without promotions. Favors start flowing without negotiation. And that's exactly the GivetoGain strategy. Every kindness is a transaction, every service is a preparation, every sacrifice is positioning for elevation. So no, sis, we no dey beg for opportunity. We dey create capacity. We dey build community. We dey move with intentionality. So when the opportunity finally arrives, it won't knock. It will recognize you because obviously you've been unlocking opportunity for others. And that's exactly what we call leadership. That's what we call power. That's legacy. So obviously, whenever that's exactly what we call power. That's exactly what we call leadership. And that's what we call power. That's exactly what we call leadership. And that's what we call power. And opportunity. And before you know it, opportunity. Oh, God. You're at the beginning of a new era, you're at the ending of injustice, and you're at the beginning of power. Yes, you are young, you're strong, you're vibrant, you're intelligent. You're a million microchips and definitely for keeps. You've got the energy, the lack, and courage back to back. You're a story to be told and a mother to behold. You're a conqueror. You're a woman. And I say this with me, with us, with our collective voices. I see a new world whereby women rise the future. Thank you.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That was a very beautiful piece, Zanisha. I do not know if you already have that recorded. If you do so, please, you can kindly share the link for everyone to actually rewatch because some lines that you really said were very beautiful and resonated with me. Every kindness is a transaction. We all move with intentionality. And unlocking opportunities for others is leadership. That is a very beautiful line that should actually stay with everyone. For you to be a leader, you need to actually unlock opportunities for others. When you lead, people follow and you unlock opportunities. Please, can we actually give more beautiful round of applause for Zanisha, please? Please. Thank you. Thank you so much, Zanisha. Thank you for that. So I see the chat box is really active, is really flowing with different comments. Because of that, we have a very big and juicy gift. So we are actually going to be gifting the most active person in the chat. So I'm going to know when everybody started being active just in case. You understand? So you cannot come and say you were active after I said there is going to be like an award. But irrespective of that, thank you once again, Zanisha. That was actually a very beautiful piece. We'll be moving next on our agenda. But before that, we have a job opportunity. A lawyer is needed as a PA at a company in Ikoyi. The salary is within 100 to 150,000 naira, preferably a corps member, NYSC person. So if you do know anyone that is currently on Israel, doing Israel NYSC, please, you can actually also reach out to the person to tell the person to apply or send a message to Madam Mistura or through the info at Mr. B's Foundation. Then also, if you want to apply, send a mail to info@mrbsfoundation.org. On the chat box, we are going to put in the mail in which you can actually apply through info@mrbsfoundation.org. And thank you once again, Zanisha, for that beautiful piece. So next we have next on our agenda, we have one of our advertisers. You know, like we said, in Mr. Bill's Education Foundation, we try to unlock opportunities for people, you understand? And the opportunities we've unlocked today is one of ours. This is a sponsored advertisement, and we have a book called Ifemade, Love Will Come. Ololufe. So the title of the book is Ifemade, Love Will Come, and this book was written by Habio. You can buy online or at any Raven Heights address listed there: Abuja, Lagos, Ibadan, Kaduna, and PH. A little summary of the book is a book written set against a culture from Western Nigeria, and Ifemade follows the intertwined journey of Aduni and Aditola as they navigate the complexities of life, love, and ambition. To grab your copy, it's available at any of the Raven Heights locations listed here: Abuja, Lagos, Ibadan, Kaduna, and PH. The author of the book is Abio, and you can follow her on Instagram, Facebook at Abio. So next on our agenda, we are going to be having next on our agenda, we're going to be having a keynote speech by Miss Edwina Momo. She is the founder CEO of Break Out the Box. Miss Edwina Momo is a behavior change strategist, author of Beyond Veiled, and founder of Break Out the Box CIC, a social impact organization focused on leadership activation, emotional resilience, and execution. With over 15 years experience across education, leadership, development, well-being, and community programs, Edwina works with high-performing professionals, entrepreneurs, and organizations who appear confident on the outside but are blocked in execution on the inside. Her work sits at the intersection of behavior change, emotional intelligence, decision-making, and activation. Rather than motivation or surface level mindset work, she helps people identify the patterns that quietly sabotage progress, procrastination, overthinking, perfectionism, and burnout, and replace them with decisive action. Edwina is the creator of the Clarify, Unblock, and Activate framework and Pattern Finder, a practical diagnostic tool used to help individuals and teams uncover what is really stopping movement and how to shift it quickly. Through our Beyond Veiled platform and Break Out the Box CIC, Edwina supports women, leaders, founders, and organizations to move from hidden potential to visible impact without burnout, pressure, or performative productivity. Please, can we give a virtual round of applause to Miss Edwina Momo as she takes the floor for the keynote speech. Please, can we give her a round of applause? Miss Edwina.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
Excellent. Okay, I'm trying to see if I can get you guys to see me at the same time. Hello, 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 hello. Can you see me? Let me see if I can see myself. Hi, everyone. Can you see me okay? Yes? Woo, hello. If you can see me, say hello. If you can see me, write hello in the chat. I am one of these ladies that I need participation. The more participation you give me, the more energy I will give you. So hello, 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 hello. Next I see the chat's going. Well done. I'm seeing hello, 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 hello. Well done. Give me the chats. If you're not by your phone, I would urge you to be by your phone as like Mitzi, as I call her. This woman, the one reason why I said yes to this was educationist to educationist. So when you're around educationists, you get a pen and paper and you get ready because there's going to be some things shining. So I'm just going to make sure I get my notes ready. I just want to say thank you. I think, Mitzi, I hope you're okay with me calling you that for today. I woke up this morning and I wasn't going to do slides, and slides just came up, and I just said, I need to do some slides. I need to be visual. So literally, I just wanted to just say thank you so much for this opportunity. If you cannot see me or something, just put let me know. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for the foundation. I've been seeing behind the scenes of the work that you've been doing, and I just literally want to say well done, well done, well done, well done. I heard the song that was playing in the background. I woke up today not asking for permission. For that girl that was told they're too much, they talk too much, they feel they're too much. Girl power. Every brick was done brick by brick. I built brick by brick, brick by brick, and it was my fuel. We build, we shine. Every no became my fuel. We as women, happy International Women's Day and month to everybody. When you train a woman, you train a nation. We are not here to beg for opportunities. Thank you for that spoken word. Opportunities will recognize you if you are equipped. Unlocking opportunities for others is a leadership thing. So I want everybody to take that home. And when you lead, others will follow. And every kindness is a transaction. I just literally just wanted to remind everybody there of what we've already heard, because I'm literally going to bounce back on everybody. So the first thing I just want you to do is, as you step into the room, I want you to bring your heart, I want you to bring your spirit, I want you to bring your mind, I want you to bring your body as a whole. So I'm going to ask you a question. The first question is, after I've addressed good afternoon builders, good afternoon, good morning powerful women, good morning women who have been told that they have to wait their turn, women who've been told that they're carrying too many tables on their back for years, too many women that are holding too many plates and thinking, oh my God, I've got to do this, I've got to do this. I'm talking to you and you're in the right room. So we're not just celebrating women, we're addressing nation builders, we're addressing pioneers, we're addressing people that are about to take a new level and a new step and going to new frontiers. And if that is you, you are in the room. So now my first question to you, because I've only got 15 minutes, 20 minutes to literally do this justice. If the slides could be made a little bit bigger, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. I only gave that to her last minute, but while I'm talking, I want you to also have something visual. My first question to you is, which seat are you strongest in right now? Is it the seat of self, the seat of family, the seat of community, the seat of business, the seat of corporate, or the seat of global? Please just put whichever seat you feel that you hold the strongest right now, because I'm going to be talking about all of these, because these affect every woman here. So just drop that word in the chat. I am occupying the seat very well of family. I'm operating the seat very well of business. I'm operating the seat very well of business or corporate or community. If you just put that in there for me, this just helps me. Ooh, somebody's already in the global sphere. Yes, self, family. I'm seeing self. Any corporates or any globals, please put that in the chat. There's a reason that I really want you to do that, because I want you to really see there. We're doing something where we have to audit ourselves first. When we audit ourselves first, we can now see where we need to go. Great, I'm seeing community. I'm seeing self, family, business, all in one. I'm seeing business and family. Wonderful. Excellent. Thank you. If I just have a few more, that would be amazing. Excellent. Okay, so I'm now going to go back to the gift slide. Apologies. I know I'm going to be doing something with you today, Mitzi. Please bear with me. I want you to go to the gift slide for me. Okay. So I stand here today as a family woman. Okay. And a woman here. So the gift, where you have the gift where it shows the gift as a gift to give to somebody. I stand here today already. It's 1 hour ahead of you guys. And a mother of two. I speak, I train, I do this, and it's a lot. I'm literally just going to be, it's a lot. And the life of a career woman is a lot. It can be really demanding, it can be really tasking. So I just really want to build some humanness. I've told my kids right now, mommy is talking today, so please give her a chance. But if they do come and interrupt, please bear with me and give me grace. Okay, so I literally wanted to talk to you about the gift. You are a gift to behold. And sometimes when we think of a gift, we forget that a gift is something to be given. And if you look at the word gift, we look at the word gift as a thing given, willing to be seen without payment. It's a present, like when you're going to a party or someone's birthday, you give them a gift. It's a present, it's a donation, an offering, a contribution, or a presentation even. And it's the act of giving something as a present. So, and even you can even say that she has a gift for talking. She has a gift for smiling. She has a gift for helping people. She has a gift for, what is the gift that you have right now? Because this is one of the first, I want you to look at this as a equation that I want you to talk about. The young lady before, she used her gift of spoken word to give information to us, to touch the hearts and souls of people. Some of you could be speaking, some of you could be arranging, some of you could be the gift of making money. Some of you is a gift of doing hair. Some of you is a gift of doing makeup, clothes, whatever that gift is. It's a gift that's been given to you. And you have a mandate to be able to sharpen that gift. You have a mandate and a call to use it. And there was a book that says there was people that were given many gifts. One had a gift and they hid it. And then somebody had a gift and they multiplied it. And then the owner came back and said, "Where's my gift?" And the one who was afraid hid that gift. I said, "Oh, I was so scared. I don't want to use this gift." So I buried it in the ground. And he said, and the person said, "You have not given me a good return on that gift." So the person who had one gift multiplied it to 3 gifts, and that person was multiplied with even more gifts. If you multiply that one gift that you have, it can lead to many more doors opening. But the many things about many women today is we like to hide. We like to put ourselves and not want to be seen and not want to be visible. Today, if there's anything you hear today, is let your gift shine. Let whatever it is, if it's 1 gift, 2 gifts, 3 gifts, let them shine. Because when you shine, you give permission to somebody else to shine. And we've been heard many times that I'm not enough. I'm too much. I'm not good enough. I'm not slim enough. I'm not dark enough. I'm not light enough. I don't fit in. Your kind is not welcome here. You are not the type we are looking for. You don't sound the way. You're not polished enough. You're not this. Or yeah, let me come and say, that is something that you're going to get. Let me just put it there. You're not white enough. You're not black enough. You're not green enough. You're not slim enough. You're not beautiful enough. You don't have enough skills. Whatever it is, I want you to always go back. Yes, but I am gifted at XYZ. I am gifted. And you have to do a lot of self-talk on this journey of the modern woman. So my aim here today is to talk about the gift to gain and how we have opportunities and how we can unlock those opportunities. When you have a gift now, the next thing is you have to do is you have to now look at how can you make this strategy? How can you use this gift and strategize it? You know, your gift is very powerful, but the gift without any structure gets buried. Just like I told you with that story, that person had a gift and they put it in the ground. They didn't have a strategy for it. A gift with no strategy gets ignored. There are many of us women, and I've been there myself, been in the office. I have a gift, it shine. I give it to my boss. My boss will use it and my boss will get the accolades. Enough of that. No more are we going to be giving our gifts to other people because we're afraid to say it out and say, this is my gift. This is my idea. This is what I said. A gift without a system gets exhausted. Oh yeah, I'm busy, very honest right now. Sometimes you get very tired. I will sit in the gift of a family woman. Then I've gone to train hundreds of people. Then I come back. Then I have to be wife. Then I have to go back and I'm a mother. Then I have to be a daughter. Then I'm the, hello, can you help me with my problem? Then I don't know how many sits, but your gift is powerful. Your gift needs to be sharpened. Your gift also needs space and place to breathe. And you need a strategy for how to use it. Now, many women do not fail because they're not gifted, they're not smart, they're not educated, they're not capable. They are stuck because they do not know how to turn that gift into gain. That's where strategy comes in. Once you know, I was told when I was young, I talk too much. Hands up, who was told that they talk too much? You talk too much. Your daughter is so amazing. She talks too much. She talks too much. She talks too much. She talks too much. When my mom, she said, you know, this talking gift, you better make room for you. I said, Mom, this speaking gift will make room for me. And when I looked upon that speaking gift, be a teacher, be a trainer, be a coach, be a counselor, be a XYZ. Around that one gift, I've been able to do so many things and many more things. Around that one gift, two gifts that you have. If you strategize and say, how can I use this to bless many more people? This is where influence comes in. Because you gain influence, you gain confidence, you gain visibility, you gain access, you gain opportunity, you gain legacy when you start putting your gift with a strategic way into action. Not when, oh my God, I know how to speak, but I'm going to be mute. If I wasn't speaking on LinkedIn, if I didn't use my speaking gift to say hello, Mitzi, or hello, this, or whatever, nobody would have seen me. Somebody said something very paramount here. Talk to people here. Say what it is you need. Say what I'm looking for. You never know who is in the room, but you must use your gift. It must be strategized, and you must know that you are a woman of influence. Now, as I said before, me here, I have been overlooked. I have felt unseen. I have felt undervalued. I have felt emotionally tired. I have felt stretched. I have felt quietly wondering, God, how am I going to do this all? Why are you giving me this? Why are you telling me to speak amongst these people? I'm tired. I've got to fix dinner. I have to do these things. Why are you asking me to go and speak to these people? Why? Because there is something in you that somebody else needs to hear. There is a triumph and there is a conquering story from you that somebody needs to hear that they can overcome. There is an opportunity waiting for you when you start using your gift. And when you start using your gift, you now start seeing, oh my gosh, I can start making impact. I can start making impact. I can start making impact because the more I'm using my gift, the more I'm being strategic, the more I see I'm giving influence. Oh my gosh, it's bringing me opportunities. Oh my gosh, I'm having impact. Oh my God, I'm having more impact. Now money is coming. We never start with money. I want to make money. I want to make money. If you want to make money, you end up doing jobs that you don't like. But if you start with your gift, it will open up doors for you. He said your gift will make room for you, not for anybody else, but for you, the person and the woman that uses their gift. Now, as I've said before, the many gifts that some of you may even have the gift of creating chaos and disappearing and causing. That is not the gift we're talking about. We're not talking about the gift to gossip. We're not talking about the gift to put somebody down. We're not talking about the gift to criticize somebody. We're talking about the gift that uplifts, that inspires. And the truth is, your gift will make you admirable. Your gift will make you clapped for, but only when your strategy makes you scalable and it brings money in your pocket. Your gift can get you noticed, but only if structure keeps you sustainable. And I use the word sustainable. Your gift can open a door for you, but not if you're ready. If you're not ready here, if you're not ready internally, emotionally, relationally, and strategically, you can walk into a room and you can feel like an imposter. And there's many things that call with imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome, feeling like you don't feel in the room, that comes with a lot of inward preparation. Before this, I had to wake up early, speak to myself. Edwina, you got this. What you say is going to do. I had to talk to God. God help me to speak with the passion and the vibrance that will hit the heart. I still have to prepare. My gift is talking, but I still have to prepare my gift and put it under extra work. Now, when it says the gift to strategy, to influence, to opportunity, to impact, and money, there is a way that women can stop leaking their power. This is how women can stop being amazing and being overlooked. This is how women can start carrying nations and doing great things in private and in public. But I want to talk about the pain point. Many women, as I said, they don't lack potential, they lack leadership systems. Because once you are leading, once you're strong in business, but you're bleeding in identity, you will hurt the people that you are bringing up. If you are excellent in corporate, but you are unsupported in your home with your partner, there is tension and there's fights. If you are powerful in community, but you're secretly burned out, we have to work on that by making sure we give to ourselves. If we're amazing mothers or wives or partners or CEOs, but you're afraid to be visible, seen, and even wonder, oh my God, do we have time? We have to make sure we put into ourselves. Now, intelligence is not only enough for the boardroom, but you have to stop negotiating that you are not enough. You are enough. Fragmenting is expensive. It costs your clarity, confidence, opportunities, your rest, your money, your time, and your voice. And besides your beauty, because there's some beautiful ladies on here, I was looking on the thing. Besides that, your most tangible gift is your voice and your brain. And we're in a society that many women are dancing on TikTok, shaking their bum, showing their body, thinking that's the only way that they can be recognized by men. Abuse is on that high. Men are talking about women anyhow. And it's getting dangerous. But you can be the woman that changes the strategy quo. Women can see you and think, do you know what? I don't need to have big breasts and big bum to go and get a business deal. I don't need to sleep with the office person right now or go and do XYZ. Let's put it out because I'm putting it out there. I have been in Ghana. I've lived in Sierra Leone. I'm Sierra Leonean born. Born from and living in UK, but I lived in Ghana and I had opportunities given to me that I was like, if you sleep with me, if you do XYZ, I'll give you this job. I said, no. It is the man upstairs that's going to give me this job, not you. And we have to come with a boldness and a confidence to know that we will not be put in a box. We will not be pigeonholed. We will not have our sexuality or anything taken or used against us, but it will be our gift. It will be the work that we put in. And it will be certain things like favor and opportunities and networking. Now, you can show up polished and still be privately overwhelmed. You can still be successful and you can still feel stuck. And this is why I'm really caring about this topic today. So if we can go to the next slide, that would be amazing. No more will you just be complimented and then that's it. I'm going to now look at the 6 seats. Thank you, the slave framework. Thank you. Now, quickly, before I even look at this, I want you to just do a quick thing. What patterns are operating in your life? I call this slay. Every woman's like, I want to slay. I want to look good. I said, okay, I'm going to use slay and put it in the framework. The first one is when you look in the mirror, what is your patterns? One of my patterns that was really bad was I became a mum, high flyer, became a mum. I've got so many things that I was doing. I really started procrastinating. Started putting it off. I started putting things off. I started being inconsistent. And this was not the pattern for me because something happened along the line when I had a traumatic birth and a bit trauma and things like this. Inconsistency, thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not able to do this because of XYZ. What is the pattern? What keeps repeating in your life? What hidden things keep happening to you that you're thinking, do you know what? It's tripping me up. Inconsistency was mine. I said I had to start being consistent. I have to start not procrastinating. So that's really why I became a behavior change person, because I understand what habits can trip us up. If you need any way or format of wanting to find out about what pattern is tripping you up, DM me, message me. I will be able to send you a free pattern diagnostic. Will help you to find why you're stuck. I developed one because I kept seeing and people around me, and I was like, I'm going to develop one. After you've seen the pattern, you have to locate the root. What is really driving your delay? What is really driving you being stuck? This is not for me to really tell you, but this is self-introspection. A leader looks within themselves first and says, what is it that I have to break? What is it that's the root? What is the pattern? And when you're able to look, is it my past situation? Is it what happened to me when I went for that job and they said no? And now I have an outcome bias by thinking every time I go for a job, they're never going to give it to me. Is it, oh my gosh, I keep thinking I'm going to be stereotyped because of XYZ? Is it a situation? Is it a belief? Is it myself? Do I not feel good enough in myself enough? Work on it. Once you then go to A, align yourself with the truth, choose clarity. That's why I started off with what is your gift? What seat do you sit in right now? What are you comfortable in? Where do you need more clarity to go to the next seat? Then have a structure, then have intention. I had to put in a plan that I would show up despite being a mum, being very busy, doing school runs, doing XYZ. I don't have time. Even now, I don't have time. Somebody called me and said, your 3:30 appointment for your daughter has been moved up. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm a project manager indirectly, managing the house, managing this. But guess what? I have to literally make sure I'm focused and zoned in, be emotionally present for you. But then the truth sets me free. I can't do everything. Sometimes I have to say no. Sometimes I have to say yes, but I can do it only in this frame of mind. What new truth do you need to align with to build on henceforth? You're a businesswoman, you're a career woman, but you want to do more community work. And then now you want to yield results. What action are you going to do? What is the next move of action? Guess what? I cannot take a camel to go and drink water if the camel doesn't want water. I cannot work with anybody who doesn't want to take action. And this is where leaders are being frustrated with people that are working under them where they don't want to do work. But I know I'm not talking to anybody here because every single woman here is a leader. Every woman here is saying, I am tired of status quo. I now want to move to the next position. And now, as we're on that note, we're now going to move into the 6 seats. So I want you to look at these 6 seats. There's some 6 seats right now. There's 6 chairs. They're not plastic chairs. They're not folding chairs. They're not even chairs that you have in your home. So we now look, I want you to look at the chairs left on your right. They're empty. So they're empty. They don't have any words on it, okay? And one of the chair that you're sitting on comfortably may be the family chair, or it may be the corporate chair, or maybe the global sphere, or it may be and you're comfortable. But guess what? You're being edged to move to another seat, but you are comfortable. And because you're so used to it, you won't have what's the word? You won't be able to get the nature, the opportunities, the blessings of the next seat because you're comfortable in that seat. Now, there are 6 seats: the global sphere, self, family, business, corporate, community. And I call this the 6 spheres of women system leadership model. And there are 6 seats. They're seats of influence. They're seats of responsibility. They're seats of women who are sitting on them already, but they are waiting for you to be seated on. They are representing the modern woman who sometimes has to navigate all of them. Back in the day, you could just be a housewife and you'd be okay and you sit there and you're fine. Nowadays, you have to be housewife plus working career wife, woman, plus dealing with the family, with the business, with the community, with the global sphere, and we're being stretched. And your emotional intelligence and your emotional sphere has to be sound. Your emotional capacity has to be in check. And we have those wobbly moments. We have those moments where, oh my gosh, it's too much, it's too much. But you need to find a place somewhere where you search deep within. We're talking about opportunities. Sometimes the opportunities you have to go and get. Sometimes the opportunities you have to go and knock on that door. Sometimes the opportunities you need to build yourself. Sometimes the opportunities are there when you have to go and shine and show yourself. One thing about us women, men are very good about it. They're very good at tooting their own horn. I am the CEO of some hair. I have got 15 years experience of hair. We women, I'm just a woman that runs a small organization. Who said it is small? Who said it must be small? Why must it be small? Why cannot it be global? Oh, I'm just a woman. I'm working with children. No, no. Why are you just working with children? I'm shaping the minds of the new children who are leaders of the new frontier. Change and flip the seat of where you are sitting. Flip the switch of what you are called to do. Why? Because there is a greater seat calling for you to be occupied. Now, you're not just surviving, you're not just sitting, you are number 1 in the seat of self, identity and emotional intelligence. Now, this first seat, if you do not know who you are, every room will rename you. I have been in a space where I've gone in to say that I'm the teacher, and then they will think that I'm the TA because I look young and I sound young. I never had to own that. I said, no, I am the teacher. I've come for class 1B. Can you show me to my room, please? Now, because I've come with that boldness and that authority, I will not allow anybody to make me shrink. Did it start that way? No. I had to go between with my head sometimes in my hand, crying, going, why do people not see me that way? And I heard a voice saying, it's because you are allowing them to. If you do not know who you are, every room will rename you. And I want you to really hear that. You can go into a room and you're called to be there, but the room will try to rename you if you do not tell them who you are. If you don't regulate your emotions, pressure would lead you. People will they will go on your nervous points. They will go on those points that will trigger you. So this seat about self is about your identity, your confidence, your emotional intelligence, self-awareness, and is your inner stability. And can I tell you the truth? Nobody can own that seat except for you. Nobody can fill that seat except for you. Not even a man, not even the husband, not even your boss, not even my friends can fill my seat. Only I can fill that seat. And every day I must pour into myself. I must watch things. I must read things. I must build me. Why? Because gifted women are not struggling because they're not unqualified. Sometimes their self seat hasn't been nurtured enough. We go with, am I good enough? Do I belong here? What if I fail? If you fail, it's okay. You've learned how to do it again. What if people judge me? It's okay. They will judge you anyway. Give them something to judge about. What if I'm not visible? What if I'm not chosen? Your opportunity will come. And these noise, when I talk it's noise, it is very, very big. And it can cloud your judgment and sometimes cover who you really are. But this seat is personal, as I said. And I want you to know that a woman can be powerful, but still wounded if she doesn't really work on self leadership. And self leadership matters first because your gift cannot go anywhere be- beyond the version of you that keeps apologizing, that keeps trying to say, oh, yes, no. Own the space, own the room, own your role, own the place where you are, own that seat. And then when you're happy, when you're confident enough, when another opportunity arises, you can now split and maybe go into the seat of family, leadership as a parent, or leadership as a daughter, or leadership as a family member. This seat is very personal because this is the seat we are in and we didn't choose to be in the family. You can choose your partner, your husband, but the seat of your family where you may be the one who was holding people together, stopping arguments. You were the one that was XYZ. I don't know the home that you came from, but you can change the trajectory of the home that you want to have by choosing the person you want to marry or being in a new family. This is a new family of women that we are around here. You can be in community groups and things and have another family that can really cause the deficit of where you were and what you didn't have as a young person. So you can be here and it's a place of emotional atmosphere. If my time is running up, please let me know, Mitzi, so that I know to condense everything because I have a lot that I want to share. It is the place where you are sensing people's needs, you are supporting people. It's a place where you are grounded, but it's also a place for you to also create a new leadership structure. Leadership is family. It's not small, it's nation shaping. It's a place of shaping the identity of self. It's a place of security, and it's a place where the next generation and leadership look to. So when we're talking about that, we're talking about boundaries, relational intelligence, how to deal with people, how to deal with your family members, how to give them boundaries, because sometimes when you have the last seat of community, you literally is where you now in your school, your church, your estate, your network. And with that, you can be in many groups that you are in, use your voice, shine, tell people about what you're doing, be a voice of change. When it comes from that, we then now have the business sector where you're now transferring your gift for money. As you transfer your gift for money, you can now literally help more people by creating jobs for them and opportunities. And then last but not least, it's a global sphere. The global sphere is literally where you're out of your nation, you're out of your area, you're being called to places to really impact and have legacy. But my point here is which seat are you in and which seat do you need to be and which seat are you called to be? I'm literally just going to end there and just say, women, there's a missing seat here and it is the seat within. And all it takes is faith. All it takes is boldness. All it takes is confidence. And if you're able to build that, I urge you, you will be a woman, you'll be a modern woman of influence. You'll be a modern woman that is creating opportunities, seeing opportunities, and seeing opportunities come for you. And we also have an opportunity later that we'll tell you about. If you would like to build on these, we have a women's system leadership accelerator. If you're interested, you will have an opportunity. If you'd like to scan that later, you can be a part. We have 30 women that we're looking for. We have 6 weeks, 6 mentors, myself with 5 other women. We will literally take you from those 6 seats where you can see how you can be women of change. And on that note, I just want you to say, break the boxes, break the patterns, break the things that you're seeing that are not working for you, and be a change for every single body else, because it starts with you. Once it starts with you, you can help your fellow women. And on that note, I will say thank you. God bless. Thank you for your ears. And don't forget, you are a gift. Make that gift and let it work for you. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Miss Edwina. That was really a very powerful keynote speech. Slay, I think that would be my favorite word now. Slay. To everybody, please always try to slay. It is very important. Miss Edwina actually said some very key valuable points that everyone should actually try to take note of, and it should be always try to introspect with those words. Firstly, opportunities do not wait for you. You need to actually really try to create your opportunities. You can't just sit down, you're not learning a particular skill, you're not doing anything, and then you're saying, let it come. I want to do this, I want to do that. You actually need to start. Your opportunities won't wait for you. You need to create your opportunities. And apart from that, like I already said, my favorite word, slay. For people that were taking notes, I'm sure we already know what that slay is all about. The slay, S. So already know what the slay is all about. The S, you need to try to see the pattern, what keeps repeating, so that you get to change or improve upon yourself. Locate the roots, align with truth, yield results through action. Thank you so much once again, Miss Edwina, for that. Just to act on behalf of everyone, please hope we can get your slides after today's program, because I think this is something everyone will need to look back at after today's program. Okay, so we'll be going to the next other um yes, Lee, and occupy more of those 6 seats. Very true. So we'll be going to the next event on our other program. I think this is one aspect everyone have actually also been waiting for. This is one of the key aspects of the program, the panel session. I'm sure while we're seeing all the flyers for the promotion of this program, we're all waiting for the panel session, because from the lineup of speakers, I really saw a lot of great women there, all in different areas. So please, let's all fasten our seatbelt and sit tight, wait tight for that panel session. Before we call on the moderator to lead that panel session, we also have one sponsored advertisement, and this is for Javac's Launchpad. This is a paid program, but you get a discount when you use the code Misty B IWD for 5% discount from this program. So Javax Launchpad helps entrepreneurs and small business owners turn their ideas into properly structured, compliant, and operational businesses. Javax Launchpad supports founders with business diagnostics, operational frameworks, compliance guidance, and practical systems that help businesses launch and grow with clarity. So if you want to know more about Javax Launchpad, you can send an email to info@javaxlaunchpad.com or visit their website at www.javaxlaunchpad.com. And you can also follow them on Instagram, Facebook, Javax Launchpad, and on LinkedIn, Javax Launchpad. So thank you so much, Javax Launchpad. And we'll be moving to our panel session. And the moderator of today's Brilliance panel session is Ms. Oluwakemi Adeshola. She is the Director of Education of Mr. B's Educational Foundation. Ms. Oluwakemi is a product and operations strategist, entrepreneur, and education advocate, passionate about building systems that drive sustainable growth. She holds a bachelor's degree in chemical and polymer engineering and a master's degree in operations and production management. With her experience in product design and operations, she supports startups and professionals in turning ideas into structured, scalable solutions. She is the founder of Javax Launchpad, very beautiful, and serves as the director of education at Mr. B's Educational Foundation, where she leads mentorship and youth development initiatives. Ms. Kemi is committed to empowering women to unlock opportunities through clarity, strategy, and purposeful leadership. Please, can we give a virtual round of applause for Ms. Kemi as she takes the floor to lead the beautiful panel session? Ms. Kemi.
Thank you very much for that introduction. Good day, everyone, and welcome to the panel discussion for the Mr. B's Educational Foundation International Women's Day Workshop. I hope everyone can hear me. Can everyone hear me, please, just to confirm?
Yes,
I
I
can hear
can.
you loud and clear.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Today's theme, that is unlocking opportunities, the GivetoGain strategy for modern female entrepreneurs and leaders, highlights a powerful truth that the opportunities we experience in our career and businesses are often the result of the value we intentionally give to others. I'm excited today to guide this conversation with our distinguished panelists who bring diverse experiences across entrepreneurship, engineering, business coaching, and technology leadership. Our first panelist today is Mrs. Monsurat Ololade. Please, can you display the slide, please? Thank you. Okay, Mrs. Monsurat Ololade, she is an educator, entrepreneur, and youth empowerment advocate. She is the founder and creative director of Lade Nigerian Craft and Leatherworks Limited, a footwear manufacturing and training brand known for producing quality, custom-made shoes using leather and indigenous fabrics such as ashoke. Her products are certified by the Standards Organization of Nigeria, and the company is registered with the Nigerian Export Promotion Council. Montserrat holds a degree in mathematics education and a postgraduate qualification in early childhood education, and she is currently pursuing a master's degree in gender and development studies. She is passionate about youth empowerment and regularly speaks at tertiary institutions and national platforms, inspiring young people and building skills, embrace and helping young people to embrace entrepreneurship and pursue purposeful development. Welcome, Ma. Our next panelist is Mrs. Hassana Salami. Mrs. Asana Salami is a seasoned petroleum and completions engineer, a strategic leader, and sustainability advocate with over 16 years experience in drilling, well completions, and field development. She currently serves as the Deputy Manager of Well Completion, where she leads innovative strategies for onshore and offshore projects. She holds a BSc degree in polymer in petroleum engineering, from the University of Ibadan and an MBA from Lincoln University, California. Hassana is widely recognized for her technical excellence and has authored several SPE technical papers while contributing to innovative completion technologies that improve efficiency and sustainability. Beyond engineering, she is passionate about mentoring women and young professionals and actively promotes the Give to Gain philosophy through knowledge sharing, leadership, and community impact. Welcome, Mrs. Salami. Please, everyone, give her a round of applause in the chat section. Also, we have with us Mrs. Damilola David. Yes, Mrs. Danimola Davis is a product and program manager with a background in chemical engineering and several years' experience in building digital products across fintech, marketplaces, and consulting environments. After publishing over 20 research papers in engineering, she made a bold transition into technology, teaching herself programming and moving into product management, where she has led fintech infrastructure projects and strategic partnership. Today, she works at the intersection of system design, product delivery, and career transition strategy, helping professionals navigate growth and transformation with clarity and structure. Welcome, Ma. And finally, we have with us Mrs. Mutsiat Olagoke. She is a transformational business coach, communication expert, and Sweden licensed business development service provider with over 15 years experience of Please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, sorry. I think I had a network issue. So she is the visionary behind Egret Media, Egret Learning Hub, and the Muslima Speaks Tribe, through which she has trained and mentored thousands of women, professionals, and entrepreneurs across Nigeria and beyond. She is known for her dynamic teaching style. She focuses on helping people build strong self-concepts, develop powerful communication and soft skills, and create sustainable success in business and life. Thank you very much for joining us today. Welcome. So, to get us started, I would like to ask a question that connects directly to our team. So, the first question I'd like to ask is, what is one opportunity you unlocked by first giving value? I would like to start with Mrs. Montserrat Ololade on this one. Mrs. Montserrat Ololade, please.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I hope everyone can hear me.
Yes, ma'am, can hear you.
Okay, so it's a pleasure to be part of this year's International Women's Day Conversation, organized by Mr. B's Educational Foundation. I can say that I've been enjoying every session since the program have started, and thank you for involving me in this mind-blowing, impactful event. Well, for me,
Sorry, ma. Please, can you turn on your video?
okay.
Thank you.
Can you see me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So please, can you repeat the question?
Okay, what is one opportunity you unlocked by first giving value?
Okay, first of all, let me introduce myself to the audience again. I'm a shoemaker. I'm proud to say that anyway. I I founded a shoemaking brand in Nigeria that we can say is a leading custom made shoe brand in Nigeria today. So I needed to introduce to say that so that I can answer the question properly. For me, opportunities are abound because I manufacture products, and building a local manufacturing brand has opened doors beyond simply just producing shoes for me. Because when you choose to manufacture locally, you are not just building business, you are contributing to an ecosystem of skills development, creativity, and economic growth. And through my brand over the years, I've had the opportunity to work closely with artisans, train young people, and contribute to strengthening local production. So this has actually positioned me in conversations around innovation, sustainability, and youth employment, which gives me ultimate joy. And these are important issues in developing economies like ours. Also, it also teaches resilience. Manufacturing teaches it because it requires patience, it requires problem solving, and the ability to adapt constantly. So this experience naturally creates opportunities for collaboration, leadership, and advocacy for local industry. Most importantly, building a local brand has allowed us to show that Nigerian-made products, African-made products can be innovative, can be competitive, and globally respected when quality and creativity are prioritized. So that's my response to that.
Thank you very much
You're
for
most welcome.
thank you, ma'am, for that insight. I would like to I'd like to invite Mrs. Hassana Salami if she would to give our own perspective on this question, please.
All right. Good morning, everyone. And I'm trying to on my video because I'm using the office laptop. I think it's grayed out. So I don't know if you can see me, but if not, or can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much for the introduction, and I'm really glad and humbled to be on this panel. I feel truly honored. Um, I really must commend the keynote speaker. I think she has said it all, Edwina. That was very great. We all need to know ourselves, carry out SWOT analysis on yourself, and no one can tell your story better than you do. I just needed to mention that before I answer the question. So back to your question, you said, what is one opportunity I unlock by what? By first giving value, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so early in my career, I began documenting lessons, from well completions, operations, because I work in an oil and gas. And of course, I started turning all this into technical papers. At the time, it wasn't about recognition at all. So just simply believe that when we shared operational lessons from the field, other engineers, could avoid costly mistakes and improve well performance. Because in engineering, even small operational insights, can save weeks of rig time or millions of dollars, because in an oil and gas, we all know that it's really an expensive, business. We deal with millions of dollars. But over time, one thing I really noticed is those contributions started creating visibility in the industry. They led to technical collaborations, speaking invitations, and I'm sure that's why Mr. B, invited me for this deeper engagement in professional organizations, in SP, Society of Petroleum Engineers. Eventually, that journey actually led to me receiving the SP Regional Award in Completions, Technology, and Optimization. And this is not in Nigeria, but in Africa. So there's power in, giving value, being visible. So the biggest lesson for me was when you focus on contributing value rather than chasing recognition, recognition often arrives as a byproduct. And that is one of the most powerful principles for career growth. So I might say, let's keep giving value, sharing knowledge and selling yourself. It will really unlock talent. So I think I'll stop there at this point.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Your contributions brought about visibility. I took that. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your response. So let's build on that. The next question I would love to ask is, how can women position themselves strategically for bigger opportunities? How can women position themselves for bigger opportunities? I would like to hear your view on this one, Mrs. Damilola David.
Okay. Good
Thank
morning,
you.
everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay. I want to say thank you to Edwina. Like, I found myself writing notes during that session. It was really, really powerful. I think that Mrs. Asanat has mentioned part of it, which is, for you to position yourself for opportunities, you need to continually add value to yourself. People are not just looking for, she said something. She said she actually started adding value, then people started seeing the opportunity. And what made her stand out is she had actually, put all those knowledge, all those added those value to herself. She had built herself that even when people started finding her out, they could sustain that relationship because she really had something. So, there's difference between, packaging yourself and say, oh, I'm ready for opportunity, but there's no substance. So you need to first of all add value to yourself, build yourself internally, and then you give yourself visibility. One thing that Mrs. Asana did was she said she was, sorry, I'm using a example, but it's just was fresh in my memory, was that she started writing and it created visibility for her. So you need to create visibility in different ways. There are social medias, there's LinkedIn, by going to events like this, creating visibility for yourself. But you first of all need to build that value within so that when people finally meet you, they see the substance that you have. So that's like a very good way to position yourself for an opportunity.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your view. I'd like to hear from Mrs. Mutia Solagoke as well. Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning. Is my voice clear? Good morning, everyone.
Good
Um,
morning.
just like everybody else, I am definitely honored to be here. And I was hoping you would not ask me that question because the last speaker has definitely answered the question.
Yeah.
But if to add anything from an entrepreneurial perspective, I think that a lot of people, we're not, it's readiness. Most times I think we live in a world where people expect miracle to happen to them, luck to happen to them without giving value in return. Value, well, opportunities generally will follow if you bring something to the table with the mindset that I am the table that we have. It's not just people don't just have it in relationship, they have it everywhere they go. You employ somebody today, she doesn't have any skill. The most times you don't have any skill. You have certificates that hasn't really skilled you. I will most likely have to retrain you and train you. But then you are coming with the attitude of, oh, it's such an opportunity for me to have you here. No, it's you, the opportunity, you are the one that should be honored to be here. But we have a generation of people who have the mindset that they are the value. You're not the value. It's what you bring to the table that's the value. And that's what brings opportunity to you. I'm not going to give you an opportunity unless you're skilled with it. I'm not going to risk, for instance, whoever listed all of us speakers did not choose us because Muti is pretty or Miss Edwina has a beautiful shape, by the way. I couldn't just stop looking at her profile picture. And she didn't get here because of that. She got here because she had sense. And through the presentation, we could hear that. So opportunity is not going to come to you because you were at the right place. You also have to have the right skills. You have to have the right value. You can't have visibility on nothing. You can't build visibility around nothing. All the advice that the speakers have spoken aligned definitely are correct. But if there's anything I think I should add to that is that you must bring value too. You must bring value. That's it.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So we must build our skills so we have value, position ourselves that by creating visibilities, and then opportunities will come and it won't be a problem. Thank you very much, ma'am. So I'd like to direct a few questions now to specific panelists based on their professional journeys. Um, I'd like to start with Mrs. Monserrat Olalade. Ma, Ma, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. I'm
Okay, okay. Okay, my first question is how has building a local manufacturing brand helped you to unlock bigger opportunities? I'm sure you touched it a little, but yeah.
okay. So just like I have said, um, this this that I do, manufacturing products, has unlocked many bigger opportunities for me. Because yes, I'm a graduate, I'm still in school, I do so many things, but I can say it categorically here that I do what I do, and I've been able to train, inspire people over the years. I have been in places that I did not even imagine I would be. I'm sure that part of the opportunities is me being here speaking with these phenomenal women today. So uh, it, it has really helped me in, you know, to places me on conversations that are around empowering women. That's the ultimate goal for me because I'm a woman. I know what it means to have something tangible doing with one's life. I know what it means to have a voice. I know what it means to have a power. And I'm in a male dominated business. And that alone is endearing. So I'm passionate about. I have been passionate about transferring that passion into other young women that are serious with their lives. So for me, it's about doing more for the society and also showing the world that we have quality in Nigeria. We have products that can compete with any brand in the world. So that's it for me.
Thank you very much, Ma.
I'm most welcome.
Um, I'd like to ask that how has combining your education and your entrepreneurship skills helped to shape your success in your manufacturing business?
Okay. So combining education and entrepreneurship has really played a major role in shaping my journey. I said earlier that I'm a graduate, I'm still in school. What education does for people is it provides knowledge. It provides knowledge, perspective, and critical thinking. I'm sure that without my education, I may not be really charged to do something outside the box. Because of course, after school, I did one or two businesses before thinking of before, tasking myself, what can I really do that will stand me out in the society? And this idea of shoemaking came in. So entrepreneurship, that's what education does. Provides knowledge, perspective, and critical thinking. While entrepreneurship provides the practical experience of building, creating, and solving real life problems. So when these two come together, they create a powerful balance. So my background in education has actually helped me approach entrepreneurship with a mindset of continuous learning, research, and improvement over the years. Just like I said, I train people. I'm sure that, yes, over the years, people in vocational school train people. But there's a difference that comes with when you're educated and you are into vocational skills. Anybody that passed through me, when you come to our brand, you are not just learning the skills, you are learning the business part of it. You are learning how to sell yourself, how to sell your brand. So my background in education has helped me to approach entrepreneurship with a mindset of continuous learning, research, and improvement. And it has also strengthened my passion for mentoring and teaching others within this industry. What entrepreneurship and education also did has also taught me lessons that beyond the classroom lessons about beyond the classroom lessons, it also taught us the adaptability, leadership, resilience, that no matter what comes, we should face it. Because if somebody that is a graduate now decided to venture into a skill like this, you don't have any choice. You just have to give it your all. You just have to prove to the world that you can do it, and you will do it differently and significantly in a distinctive way. So for me, together, education and entrepreneurship have allowed me to see manufacturing not just as a business, but as a platform for creativity, empowerment, job creation, and long-term economic growth.
Thank you very much, Ma,
You're
for
most
that
welcome.
perspective. Thank you. I would like to bring in Mrs. Hassana Salami at this point. Ma,
Yeah, I'm here.
okay. Okay, my question is how can the give to gain philosophy drive growth in highly technical fields like engineering?
Okay, so I would say in engineering, it advances because knowledge moves. And I'm sure, I think Sister Mutia had already mentioned, and even the last speaker, about knowledge. And this is something I experienced, very early in my career. Sorry, is that sound from me? I'm not sure. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma.
Okay, so like I said, in engineering, knowledge is very important. You have to know your onions, and this is something I experienced very early in my career. I know this. I remember working on a completion operations, project on the field. So for people that doesn't understand the completion aspect of oil and gas, so basically what I do is to design, crude oil and to see how we can, bring it to surface efficiently. So on this project, we encountered a technical challenge, that could have significant, delayed on operation. So what helped us resolve this issue quickly was a lesson that was documented in a previous engineering study. Someone had already shared their operational experience, and of course, they've documented this problem and explained how they solve it. So everything is actually, so we call it a lessons learned database. That knowledge, shared years helped another team, solve a problem in real time. And that moment reminded me that, engineering progress is collective. Every time engineers share field lessons, publish research, or mentor younger professionals, the entire industry becomes smarter and more efficient. But there's another benefit. The people who constantly share knowledge, become trusted voices in their field, which is very, very important because, trust is actually the foundation of leadership. So you have to keep sharing. And of course, you have to know your onions. So in technical industries, I would say the principle is simple. When you share knowledge, you don't lose it, you multiply it. So I don't know if I'm able to answer the question.
Yes, ma. Thank you very much. I
So
really
you have to
appreciate
keep,
this.
so give to gain, drive technical field. So that is very, very key. So you have to keep sharing.
Yes. So people who share knowledge definitely become trusted voices in their field.
Yes.
Thank you very much, ma. Thank you for that valuable insight. Um, I'd like to hear from Mrs. Mutia Tolagoke. My question for her is um, many aspiring entrepreneurs say that opportunities are scarce. Ma, from your experience coaching thousands, what are they actually doing wrong?
I think that the first thing they are getting wrong is that even saying that opportunities are scarce is the first thing they are getting wrong. I remember putting something on my status once and said that no matter how bad this country is, no matter how bad the economy is, I am going to be fine. I am going to keep, I'm going to keep living the lifestyle that I choose. Money will always be easy for me. And then someone enters my DM and started to attack me and said, how can you say that? That's so unkind of you to say because of poor people. Why can't poor people say what I just said? Why are you attacking? What have I said? And I was at the toothpaste. I was like, I'm confused. Because I literally said, no matter how bad the economy is, I'm going to be all right. Money will be easy for me. You could say that too. But you can't say that because your mindset is when the economy is bad, everything will be bad. So the first thing such entrepreneurs are getting wrong is the mindset. It's the mindset, because opportunities are not particularly scarce. Let me give an example. When I started my business in 2009, when I was coming back from service, I already had the idea, we're getting into media, I'm going to publish a children magazine. And the first question I asked myself, where's the media capital of this country? Lagos. This is the theater of dreams. This is where the media, the film, this is the heart, this is the center of art. Mind you, I grew up in Badon. So what I did was to print my magazine in Badon, put 100 copies in a small traveling bag. I don't know anybody. I've never lived in Lagos. Called a couple of friends to say, I'm coming to Lagos, so how far? And my friend said, you are staying in our house. I was already thinking I could go to my family house. My friend offered. I didn't beg. I didn't write it. I just decided that I am going to Lagos because Lagos is where the dreams will happen. Because I knew that if I stayed in this Ibadan, this magazine may not fly. I'll come back to Ibadan, but I'll go and start where the media is most powerful, where the opportunities are highest. It's like you want to start selling clothes in Nigeria. You want to start making clothes and you think, where do I go to for the best deals? You're going to Aba. You're going to Aba, regardless of what you think about, whatever bad thing you've heard about Aba, you know that that's the center of that. You want to get Ashwebi stuff in Lagos, you either go to Oshodi or you go to Eko. Oshodi is even becoming even bigger than Eko now with the way the markets keep expanding. So the opportunities are not scarce. You are not doing your research. You are not shifting that mindset. Once you shift the mindset, the next thing is where is the heart of what I'm doing? Then you do your research. And then the next thing is audacity. Do you know what it means to have grown up in Ibadan, go to school in Ilorin and Ogbomoso, and then decide that I'm going to Lagos? This is me coming from a family where one of my aunts told me that if they paid me to live in Lagos, I can never go there. This is me hearing all sorts of different things in Lagos, and I'm like, that's where I'm going, because that's where it can happen. My mom will say this, the business is going to be, this March makes 17 years since I made that decision. And I entered Lagos with just a small box. And my friend offered me a sleeping space on her mother's couch. That couch, I slept there for 6 years, carving what I have become today. Without that couch, without that decision, this woman is not going to be here. Nobody handed me the opportunity. The opportunities were not there in 2009. I decided to carry my bag and come and meet it. And now the magazine that I printed in Ibadan, brought to Lagos, ended up, before I arrested it a couple of years back, ended up selling across Southwest. And so, why the opportunity, mind you, I was going into media. Media is the hardest place to, this was before social media started giving people influence overnight. Media is the hardest industry to break even into in the whole world, especially Nigeria. But me, in my early 20s, just coming back from service, I have the audacity to say that I want to do that. Not because the opportunities were there, but because I had a mindset that it can be done. I researched where it should start, where is the best place for me to get the best opportunities, meaning that if there are only 10 opportunities every year, where is the likelihood that it will follow me? I chose that place and carried my bag. And then finally, that audacity. Mind you, the road here was not easy. Breaking down those doors that my father didn't have leg to help me break was not easy. But 70 years now, I have carved a niche for myself. I am comfortable. I can afford things that women in my family were not able to afford at this age. And a lot of other things I've been able to do, not because the opportunities were given to me, but because I changed my mindset and I pursued it. So I think the opportunities are things that we can create. There are things that we can create ourselves. And the emergence and the growth that we've seen on social media is clear how opportunities can be created. I mean, people are becoming celebrities overnight. Influencers are making more money than even people stealing our money. That's how powerful you can create opportunities out of seeing nothing. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, ma. So our mindset must change. We cannot sit down as entrepreneurs and say, oh, opportunities are scarce or everybody is doing the same thing. There's no room for me to come in. So we had to sit back, do our research, and of course, the interesting part, that audacity. We have to be audacious. Thank you very, very much for your practical experience. Thank you very much, ma. I would have loved to ask other questions, but I see that you have touched a lot of on the questions I would have asked. I was going to ask how would we position ourselves for real opportunities, but yeah, you talked about research, about audacity, and then yes, our mindset must shift, it must change. Thank you very much, ma.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
sorry, before you go, to specifically answer that other question, I think that the question, how do you prepare yourself? The last question you said you would have asked. Please repeat it
Yes,
again.
I was going to ask what practical steps should aspiring business owners or
Okay, different.
entrepreneurs take, yes, before they can position themselves, not just visibility or research, yeah,
Yeah.
practical steps.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I think that to be practical, my example, the example I gave about what I did definitely answered it a bit. But to be practical, I think what is most important is to identify the problem you are solving. Oftentimes, when
Okay.
we look at business, people look at business like, I just put it, I'm just selling something. Everybody can see I sell a phone and they will come and buy. No. What problem can this phone solve? What is the value that this phone is bringing? So this Samsung S24, what does it do? What makes it better than S21? What makes it better than a Techno phone or anything? Identify the problem. I need you to, whether you're selling shoes or you're selling clothes, you must understand the problem you're solving. It's when you understand the problem that whatever you sell solves, that you are able to position yourself well. Because here's the truth. Not everybody is going to buy this phone. There are some people that I'm sure that if I ask everybody in this room, maybe half of the room has an iPhone and they think, oh, iPhone is better. All these Android users, I be Gen Z. But for instance, I wouldn't, maybe never say never, but where I am right now, I'll never buy an iPhone. If you say why? Why? Because most of the apps I use are very well integrated on Android system. This is easy to connect to my laptop. The ecosystem works for me. And then I have like 4 different Samsung phones already in my office. Why do I want to break that? That's the problem. That's me. The people that will buy the iPhone, I'm sure when you ask them this question, they'll tell you their own why. You need to understand why people buy your product. What is the value that you bring? What is the problem that product is solving? When you understand that problem, then you ask yourself, who are the people who have this problem? Then go find them. Oftentimes people sit down and say, when I just post to the people on my status, perhaps the 100 people who see your post every day on your status don't even have the problem you're solving. For instance, say price. For me as a person, I'm not even trying to boast or anything. On some things, price is not my problem. I made up my mind that I'm not buying all these 30K, 35K bags again a couple of weeks back. And it was because I particularly took care of one that I bought one last year. I took care of it. I put it in the dust bag, did everything. And then I looked at it and it was peeling. And I'm like, wait, why am I buying these bags? I'm going to go and buy, see if the bag is 6 figures and I can pay, I know that 5 years from now, that bag is solid, that leather is true. I want to pay. I'm at that place. And you know what, interestingly, as I was talking about it, my assistant was saying, she has finally grown. Now she too, she will be buying 30K bags. And I'm looking at her like, why? 30K bags? It can never be me anymore. What am I saying? We're in different places. We have different problems. If I'm always seeing your status now and you're always advertising 25K bag, 10K bag is cheap, I'm not your audience. If you have 100 of me, you will not sell. And you are saying, but women are following me. Kinuko are following me. You are positioning yourself in the wrong room to the wrong people. So you need to know the why. What problems is your product selling? Who are the people who have that problem? And go stand in front of those people. If you are able to do these simple things, of course, there are different things you can do, but you see these simple things, understanding that your business is solving problems. What problem is this solving? Who has that problem? Stop assuming that all women need handbags. So I will sell. Yes, all women need that bag, but some of us were looking for sugar daddy to buy us Hermes bag at the stage that our Ojukoko has reached now. But in the meantime, we will stay with mid-range bags that we can afford so that our sugar daddy doesn't go into austerity measures or recession. In the meantime, go look for the people. Go look for the people who would think that, that your 15K bag is everything. Go look for the people who want what you sell. And if you
Yes.
do that, come back and you will pay tax.
Thank you, ma. So we should know our target audience, not just posting for the whole world to see. Thank you, ma. Thank you very much for your practical contribution. Finally, I'd like to bring in Mrs. Damilola Davis. Ma, what mindset helped you to successfully transition from engineering research into tech and product leadership? As an interesting one.
Um, okay. Well, my story is always interesting because for someone who have 2 degrees in chemical engineering and then moving to the field of tech where I practically had no degrees in it. I think for me, what helped me was I had to have a growth mindset. What that meant was I did not see me moving into that as, oh, I was starting over or that I was a failure. It was that I was moving into something different and it was part of my growth journey. So like it was a mindset I had. And it was not easy because it was like almost starting from like below. You were going to meet with people who had experience in that field, but you know yourself that, oh, I already have experience in something else, but it doesn't really, I would say it doesn't really apply. But having that growth mindset. And then I also had the mindset of, yes, I'm starting now and it looks like I'm starting small, but if I keep at it, I'm going to get to a point where I am also now in a very good position within that industry. So I just need to keep doing what I was doing, even though as at the time it wasn't, it wasn't really an easy journey. And looking at your experience, having to explain to people why you're making the decision was also something. So you had to develop a thick skin. And it wasn't like, oh, I was a failure in chemical engineering, far from it. So it was just that the time, I think it was post-COVID at that time, I was just like, COVID period, I learned how to, do a lot of things and it opened my mind to a lot of other opportunities. And then I looked at what I had in my career. I was like, well, chemical engineering doesn't seem to be doing it for me. Can I maybe do something else? And I started exploring what other opportunities there were. And then I made a conscious decision that I was going to pivot into tech. And it was a conscious decision because I actually stopped applying for jobs. I stopped learning anything else. And I dedicated time to actually, learn and properly transition into tech. And all the money I had went into learning, into purchasing data, into, doing all sort of things, just so I know that, okay, as long as I do this, as long as I keep at it, this future that I have now didn't look like it then. It was like I couldn't see this future, to be honest. If anybody had told me that this is where I would be at this point in my career or in this year, when I was pivoting, I would say, how? But it was just keep doing what you're doing, keep learning, keep building. And when you make a decision, you need to give it to your all. No matter what people say, no matter what even the circumstances around you say, you are the one that knows why you're making that decision. So you need to give it your all. Thank you. I hope that helps.
Yes, thank you very much. I really find this very interesting because I can relate to this as well. So I know it's very difficult trying to transition into another career path entirely. So from what you said, I know I've picked a few things. When you make a decision, stand by it. Position yourself
Yeah.
properly. Thank you. During this period of pivoting into another phase, what did you give exactly? Is it time, ego, income, stability? I know you've touched a little. Can you just expatiate on that?
I will say I gave ego. I mean, do you know what it means to be a master's degree in chemical engineering? Like having read all that book, but researched and published 22 papers, and then having to go to a place where you had no credits at all. And it was ego because then you would meet people that were younger than you that were actually in like higher positions and you had to learn from them. It was also, getting to, for instance, at that point, I had to actually go in as an intern into a fintech company, popular fintech company, as an intern where there were like, I didn't know anything really. I had to start learning. And at that point, there was also the fact that I was not a young graduate trainee, right? I was older than most of the people that will be starting at that point. So it was that ego of I need to give that ego and just forget about the fact that maybe I'm older than the people that are my colleagues, or I've spent more years in school than the people that are my colleagues. And then there was time and stability. I mean, I started earning, I think it was 70,000 naira as an intern. And I was married at the time. So know that it was not like I didn't have responsibilities. And I had to give stability for that. Like, because I know that, okay, if I just keep doing this, it's not like things are going to be the same. As long as I keep adding value to myself, I keep building myself, I was going to get to a point where I would be able to say, okay, this is what I have done. And I would have that much credit and much capital that then opportunities will start coming to me, like we said. So I had to give my time. I remember then it was, I think, 6 months of learning, that I did a particular course over the course of 6 intensive months, which is like 4 hours every day. And I stopped applying for jobs. My parent could not, at that point, were like, why are you not applying for jobs? Why are you not doing this? What it is you're learning? But I was like, this is what I want to do now, and I'm going to give it all my focus. So it was time and it was ego. That ego was very, very, because I can tell you that there were days when I cried because I was like, why am I here? And why am I doing this? Because I was like, I should be in a better place based on, all the things I had. I remember one time my parents called me because they were like, no, I heard them talking. I overheard them talking. They were like, I mean, how can someone who had a good degree, not get a job? Because I think pre-COVID, I tried to like apply to many places. I got a job during COVID. COVID happened, and after COVID, they were like, oh, we're no longer moving forward, put it on hold. And so that was when I decided to be like, okay, what else can I do? And when I heard that, I felt very bad because I was like, it wasn't like I didn't graduate with a good degree. But I mean, looking back now, I would say I have no regrets at all with the path and everything that has happened, because ultimately it was a good decision for me. And I didn't even know maybe tech or AI was going to be this huge. But I gave time, I gave ego, very important one. And I think one thing that also helped me was I was open to change. Right now, I don't even work in core tech anymore. I work in a consulting company where I don't get to build products, but I get to support people who build products or people who are trying to build their organizations or SMEs or anything. And I think that the fact that I was open to that pivot from engineering into this made me to be able to say I can pivot into another place within the same industry, because I know that the skills I usually have, sometimes we feel like when we're transitioning or when we're moving from something, we're like, oh, I'm starting from ground zero. But really, you're not starting from ground zero, because it is what makes you different. I usually chip this in when I'm talking to clients. I'm like, oh, I studied chemical engineering, and they're excited, they want to learn. So that for me is like an edge. And open to change, it helps you to like want to learn new skills, want to get to do things that are like different from what people would normally follow in like a traditional path within that career.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ma. Being open to change is very important because change is the only thing that is constant. I can really relate to that. Thank you very much. I'd like to bring Mrs. Asana as well. Mrs. Asana Salami. Ma, please, I'd like to ask what you did deliberately. What did you deliberately invest in early in your career that most female engineers overlook, that earned leadership opportunities in a male dominated industry? Mr. San, are you there, please? Okay. I think she's not online.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to switch so that you can't see my camera, but I think, please, can you
Okay,
repeat the
okay,
question? Let's just go ahead. I was trying to
okay. I said
bypass
that.
our ITO. Sorry, go ahead with the question again.
Okay. What did you deliberately invest in? What did you deliberately invest in early in the early days of your career that most female engineers today overlook that earn leadership opportunities in a male-dominated industry, like the
Uh, I,
technical field?
okay, so I think one thing is very, very important as well, which is mentorship. I
Oh,
invest in so much on Jamal, I'm in a meeting. Sorry, just go. So, because mentorship has actually played a very important role in shaping my leadership journey. And apart from that, sometimes you need sponsors. So, I really invested in that very early, and also technical excellence. For example, after my youth service, I got married immediately, and going offshore, was very, very, difficult. But I know that it's actually a big sacrifice that you have to do because like I already mentioned before, you need to be very strong because especially working in a male-dominated field, you really need to know, the field that you are in because, you go for board meetings, you go for operations meetings, you need to be able to contribute. So one of the most valuable investments, I made early in my career was building technical depth, across multiple disciplines. My career began as I started as a well site engineer, where I was directly involved in field operations, and I had the opportunity to observe, how wells are executed in real time. And working at the well site teach you something that cannot always be captured in report or design, documents. So going to the field was something I know that I needed to do, even with the fact that, it wasn't really easy, leaving children behind. But that is very, very key to expose you to the practical reality of the operations. And you see, engineering decisions, translate to field performance. So you have to learn, how equipment behaves, how teams coordinate under pressure, and how quickly, decisions sometimes, have to be made. So you need to be there. So from there, I move into drilling engineering and drilling optimization, where the focus shifts, towards improving efficiency, reducing non-productive time, and designing wells that can be drilled safely and economically. So from there, I transition again. And this transition, when I say I move from water engineering drilling, sometimes you don't have to wait for your company, to promote you. Sometimes you have to start doing it because you already have your career, ladder and plans. So when I transition into completion engineering, which focuses on ensuring that, wells are completed in a way that maximize, productivity and long-term performance. So why I'm emphasizing on this is each of these roles, exposed me to a different part of the well life cycle. And over time, this cross, discipline exposed me to understand not just individual tasks, but how the entire system connects. And that broader perspective is extremely very valuable in our industry because, most technical challenges are not isolated problems. They are system challenges that involve, for example, maybe reservoir behavior. You want to know about the drilling design, completion strategy, and production performance. So what I would say is, engineers who understand how these pieces interact are better equipped, to develop solutions that are technically sound and operationally effective. Because you can't say you're a manager. Now I'm a manager. You can't say you're a manager. Sometimes you want to give instruction to the people on the field. So you need to know because you've been there. So you'll be able to, advise them correctly. So on this note, based on the question, I will just say my advice to young, engineers in this room or regardless of your career is, don't grow vertically, within one narrow area and say, oh, I'm a completions, also invest, in horizontal learning across related disciplines because, engineers who understand the entire system, often become the one who design the most impactful solutions. Like right now, I'm a deputy manager and, I'm doing a lot of things, but at the same time, right now, I've already identified a gap. Like I said, once in a while, you have to do SWOT analysis about yourself to know, okay, right now, what is your strength? The technical capability is there. But also now I'm trying to learn about policy because, you need to know about if you want to be like, for example, let me have myself, maybe Minister of Petroleum in the future, then you can't come and mentioning about the technical jargons. I don't know if I should mention jargons, but the fact is you also want to talk about, policy, what the government are saying about policies that affect your industries. I think I will stop here. I don't know if I've been able to address the
Thank you
question.
very much. Thank you. So in the male-dominated industry like engineering, as women, we need to position ourselves for leadership by taking up different or building our technical deck, as you put it. Ma, there was something you mentioned about mentorship and how it helped you. Practically speaking, now, how did how did it help you? Mentorship and knowledge sharing, how did it accelerate your rise into leadership?
So I would say, mentorship has actually played a very important role in shaping my leadership journey and at different stages of my career. It challenged my thinking, you encourage me to pursue research, when you have, but of course you have to know who is mentoring you. So like I said, you have to highlight, where you want to be, so that you can choose the right, mentor. And sometimes the most powerful thing a mentor does is to help you, see potential within yourself that you had not yet recognized. For example, mentors will encourage, like, initially I wasn't writing enough technical papers, they encouraged me to publish, more technical papers, participate actively in professional organizations. I was an SP member at some point, but not really. I think Mistura was actually one of the people that challenged me. So someone mentoring doesn't have to be someone, older than you. You can
Hello? Hope it's not from my end.
Can you just... Okay, sorry. Can you still hear me? I'm sorry.
Yes, you can, ma.
All right, I'm sorry about that. So what was I? So mentorship is very, very important because you have mentors, that will provide guidance, during your career, decisions, helping you evaluate opportunities and also, understand how certain experiences will contribute to long-term growth. So I think I will stop there.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Another thing I didn't mention is, leadership is not all about, receiving mentorship. It's also about, extending that same support to others as well. So today, mentoring younger engineers, has really helped me because you also learn from them. You learn from their own perspective as well. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma. Thank you. The need for mentorship cannot be overemphasized. Thank you for this valuable insight, especially for women navigating technical fields. Thank you, ma. Um, okay. I'd like to ask Mrs. Damilola David, ma, what advice would you give professionals who feel stuck or need a change but are afraid to start over? You mentioned a few, yes, but would like to hear from you again.
Okay. One, change is very uncomfortable. Like, so you need to prepare your mind that this is not going to be an easy ride. That's the first thing you need to tell yourself. And tell yourself that I need to give everything I have to make this change in my career. And the second thing is you need to continuously learn. Continuous learning is very, very important. Mrs. Asana had said something that you need to also, when you're in an industry and you want to be a leader, you need to learn vertically. I think there's something that talks about, being diverse, having diverse skills. We've said that a lot in these sessions. Having diverse skills also helps. So whatever skill you can pick up and learn, you might not necessarily want to be that thing in like vertical. I don't want to be an expert in it, but I need to have that knowledge. So you need to continuously learn, which means whatever opportunity you get to learn is very important. And I also think you need to have a community. So community can be in form of people where you are in that situation together, or that journey of life together. Community in terms of people that you can learn from, just like Mrs. Hanata said, mentorship helped me a lot as well. I think it was a mentor that propelled me into tech because she was mentoring me for engineering, but then I decided to go into tech. So mentoring, meaning that, when you're having mentors, it doesn't really mean sometimes they teach you anything. Sometimes they're just the objective people in your life that listen to you and then tell tell you what you've said to them back in such a way that you can now make decisions with it. So having people around you, community, learning, and then know that change is uncomfortable and prepare yourself for the ride is like very important. And also know this, because sometimes when people are pivoting, you tend to feel less of yourself. You have this imposter syndrome whenever you get into that new field or into that change that you're trying to make. Know that you have about a wealth of knowledge around you. Every skill you've learned, I think Ms. Masurat said this earlier about education and entrepreneurship, because there are things that whatever it is that you have learned has taught you. As a chemical engineer, I've learned a lot of, critical thinking and learning outside and thinking outside the box that has now helped me in thinking outside the box, not when it comes to maybe engineering systems or chemical systems, but now in tech. But that skill of critical thinking and not looking at things the same way or the way someone else will look at it is what makes me different in my workplace right now. So the things you've learned before, the skills you have before, they are not unimportant. They are not irrelevant to where you are now. They are always relevant. You just need to find it. And we live in an age where there's like AI. It's easy. Ask AI, I'm trying to transition into this. This is what skills I currently have. How can I see this skill and use this skill that I have in this new field? Sometimes you will see things that you're like, oh, I didn't even know I could use this. So don't think less of yourself. Continuously learn. Know that change is uncomfortable. Surround yourself with the right people. That's my advice to people. And keep doing what you're doing. One thing, this is something that happened a lot in tech, and when people want to go into tech, you flay around. I call it flay around because there's like different opportunities. You hear that, oh, it is software engineering that is trending. Oh, it is AI that is trending. Oh, it is, social media influencing that is trending, or social media marketing that is trending. Oh, it's product management that is trending. And so you're picking and cherry picking and cherry picking. So you need to be focused. So if you decide that this is the field I want to do, make sure you do your research very well as to why you want to do it, as to what it entails, and face it and block out the noise of whatever it is that is trending. That is the only way you're going to be able to succeed. Because for me, there were times when I was like, oh, maybe I should have chosen product design. But I was like, no, I chose this for a reason and I kept moving. And that's what have made me successful in this field right now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your insights. Yes, I can really relate to what you said. Maybe I'll reach out to you later. Thank you, Ma. So to wrap this up, because our time is well spent, I would like to ask the final question, and I will appreciate if our panelists can give very short responses. So, if you could give one practical piece of advice to women listening today who want to unlock bigger opportunities, what would it be? Maybe we can take one or two panelists. I don't know who would love to give a response to the question.
Okay. Let me say that I think that if you to answer the question, the answer is more women need to give themselves the permission to take. We need to stop waiting for somebody to give things that we desire, things that we want, opportunities to us. I think that we generally, I mean, I don't want to generalize, but I think a lot of women look at successful women and think that somebody gave it to her or something is suffering in her life. I'm happy that some of the panelists were like, oh, I got married at that time. I had responsibilities, I'm married. So you look at someone that is successful, and for some reason you assume that maybe she doesn't have children. Maybe her husband is not around. Maybe her husband is rich. That's why. Maybe it's because, and when you listen carefully to every single panelist here, practically everybody is saying that we took it. We didn't wait. We walked into the room. Somebody wrote papers when nobody was asking her to write papers. She was just writing it because it was good for other engineers. She literally did it as service to the career. Another person decided, oh, I'm doing engineering, I'm going to change to tech. People envisioned something and took decision, walked into rooms, left their comfortable bed When I said I slept on somebody's couch for 6 years, that was me taking. That was me asking myself, what would it take to achieve what I want to do? What do I need to? Mind you, in Yoruba, they will say, "Ọmọ nílé, ọmọ lọ́nà ni mí o." Like, I'm a middle class kid, right? And this is me in Itire, Surulere. If you know Itire, you know that it's not the prettiest part of Surulere. Sleeping in a facial face, my friend's mom has just a parlor and a small room. Facial. I've never lived in a facial face in my life, and I lived there for 6 years because that's what it took. That's the price I had to pay to take in a city where I didn't know anyone. The other alternative would be to sleep under the bridge in Ojuelegba or somewhere. But that's what I needed to do. So you need to stop waiting. For a lot of the successful women that you're looking at, don't let people tell you that it's because they have sugar daddy. It's because you need to envision that it's possible for you to, and then to grab it. Questions you need to be asking is that what would it take for me to achieve it? Don't give up before you even start by assuming that Muti is here in the center business. Somebody told me, someone came to pick up something from my office around the lockdown. And then the next thing, I was telling her, where my landlord, and she said, do you mean that this is not your father's house? My father's house as how? And I'm like, what impression did I give you that made you think that this is my father's house? You know why? Because my office is right on Allen Avenue. She couldn't believe that a woman like her, a Muslim like her, could have a business that can pay rent in the central business district. It's a business that is paying it. Nobody, since I've moved to this office since 2018, nobody has contributed to help us pay rent. The landlord sent an increase. You know, Lagos landlord, all of them have increased the money. I'm at this place where I looked at their increase and I'm like, I even thought it would be double this. Thank God, though. And I told myself, wow, I'm grown. It's not only me that is grown, the business has grown. But I will tell you that, yes, would you need mentorship? You need mentorship, you need community, you need people. But the first thing that you need before all of that is the belief that what you want is possible, and then go ahead to take it. To be able to get it, you will need every other thing that's been discussed today. But if you are sitting there thinking, yes, maybe they are in oil and gas, why wouldn't they be able to do it? Do you think it's beans to be there? They took it. You to take it. Get greedy. Stop waiting for permission. Take it. My mom literally took her husband's house and took the best part of the house and started a school. Everybody in my family house were like, oh, how could she do that? My mom didn't care. She told us, we were crying. Let me tell you what happened. We had two flats. My dad lost his job, so we moved to the house that we built. One of the flats were not complete. We didn't have ceiling. The rooms didn't have ceiling. Only the living room had ceiling. So we were living in one flat. And then my mom woke up one day and said she wasn't satisfied with what she was doing. She was 42. And you know what happens when you're 40? You are looking at your life and like, I need to turn everything around. And my mom decided to take. And she said she's starting a school with a daycare. And I said, okay, move to the next flat. She said, no, she's not moving to the other flat. We are the one moving. And she moved us and started our school with the flat that was complete. It is audacity to even think that she could start at that age. It is audacity to look at her husband and say, I need these flats. And this is where I'm going to stay. To look at us crying and saying there's no ceiling in our new room. We can see more gecko and lizard. She didn't care. We help her to sacrifice. Now the school is going to be 22 years this year. My mom celebrated 20 years and I saw all the children that have passed through and I was so proud of her. She was so proud of herself. That wouldn't have happened if she hadn't had the audacity to take. If somebody had told her that it has to be your father's house, how can you use your husband's house? If the husband, did you think my father gave his flat because of love? He didn't give it willingly. She took. So help you, God. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was very interesting. Thank you very much, Ma. We need to grab opportunities when they come and not wait for anyone to tell us what to do or to push us. I don't know if I should stretch this a bit. Mrs. Edwina, would you like to say something on this? Because I see you liking the comments and
I am here taking my own notes. Me as I'm an educator, all I can see, I just like the grab the opportunities. Grab the opportunities,
yes,
because if there is no door, you have to go and make your own door. If there is no table, you be the table, or you go and create the table. If there is no one speaking, you speak. And from
yes,
everyone that has literally, I've taken notes for everybody. I'm in a transitioning, pivoting place, and it's not easy to rebrand yourself. But once you put your mind and you are focused and you have that audacity, you can hear the little one behind me. Once you
thank
have that
you.
audacity, know that people are watching us and they're watching our moves. So let us make moves and let them watch us well, well.
Thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much for
Yeah, I don't think I can add to what Edwina said now about, people are
okay,
watching us.
okay, okay.
Okay, so another thing I just want to add, yeah, based on what she said is, the power of visibility is very, very important. Nobody can tell your story. You have to put yourself out there. There was a time I started something called Completion Nugget on LinkedIn, where I discuss, about practical ideas, lessons from operations, and technical perspectives on completions. Interestingly, that simple act of sharing knowledge, created opportunities I didn't expect. Today, apart from my job, I don't know if my boss is not on this call. I consult for companies, and many of those companies, came because people had, read your insights, followed your discussions, and reach out for deeper conversations. And they pay me in dollars, apart from the job I do. And just because, I started something about completions nugget, I share lessons learned, I shared, the problems we've had before. So now when they're having issues, they call, oh, I said, please, you're on a conference call. We want your ideas on things. And they are not free. Those conversations are not free. So the major thing I would say is, put your house there. I won't say I'm the best completions engineer in Africa. No, I won't say that. Well, probably not. But because I put myself out there, people know, you share your ideas, and you're learning, something from there. So there is a big power in visibility. So please sell yourself. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma. Priscilla. So, please, can we hear from Mrs. Monserrat Olalade just to close out for today? Ma, thank you, ma.
Okay, so my my own advice is simple. First, women must know that potential is hidden in the courage to start small. The woman that is learning a skill in a small workshop today could be the entrepreneur employing others tomorrow. So I think the basic advice is we should continuously invest in ourselves. We shouldn't limit ourselves, regardless of the reality, regardless of the circumstances. It is not easy for anybody. It is not easy anywhere. If they start asking each and every one of us our stories, many of us will have painful things to share. But because some of us took that decision that, oh, no matter what it is, we must stand up, we must do something, we must give ourselves a reasonable name. That's why we are all here sharing our knowledge today. So, and again, we should start with what we have. If you are waiting to be a millionaire, a billionaire before you do anything, you may not even do anything at the end of the day. So start with what. When I started my own brand, I did not own any machine. I started from managing with people, and from there I started saving money. I started saving up. I deprived myself from, doing things that do not allow me to save money. They used to call it um, um, so I'm forgetting the word. So start with what you have, and you will see that once you are diligent, once you are focused with what you want to do, just give it time, everything would. And importantly, let's surround ourselves with the right people. So you can't be passionate about building a life and be walking around with jesters. You'll be walking around with people that will discourage you, walking around with people that will say, you see this thing that you are doing. That person that did it in my area 2, 3 years ago then ended up failing. Don't do it. So you must be conscious of people with like minds, people that have grown higher than you, that would keep on encouraging you at all times. So, and finally, is challenges is part of growth. Challenges is part of growth. There is this life that we have, we face it every day, every second, and we must overcome it. So for me, I believe in women, I believe in what we can do, and I believe that any woman that can stand up for something reasonable will enjoy her life. So that's it for me.
Thank you very much. Thank you
Yeah,
very
most
I
much,
welcome.
ma.
also want to
That
add,
is what we have. Let's not wait for
yeah.
when we have everything complete and then we think that's what will give us success. No. Thank you very much to our amazing
Sorry,
panelists
can I
for
add
such
something? Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, 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 please.
Okay. I want to add two things, which the first one is dare to be different. Like you don't need to go the path. Like if you look at the stories of all of us that have spoken, we've all taken the unconventional paths, not from what the people within our industries or what we're doing was doing. So when you're doing something and it looks like, in quotes, you're the odd one out, go at it as long as you're doing the right thing. And the second thing is, what Mrs. Mutia mentioned in the beginning. What do you tell yourself? A lot of us in this economy, we are always quick to say the negative things about ourselves, about what we want to achieve. She said something, she was like, in this economy, money will never be scarce for me. So when you reaffirm yourself, even before other people reaffirm you, it's like very important, and it will help you as a woman, because this generation or this world, we're quick to put women down and say, what is he doing? What is she doing? Or what is this? But learn to affirm yourself first. And just like Mrs. Monserrat said, surround yourself with the people that will affirm you, not people that will discourage you.
Yes, we should dare to be different. I'm sure all of us have we've picked that phrase. Thank you so much, Mrs. Monserrat, Mrs. Mutia, Ms. Damilola, and Mr. Dasana. Thank you very much for this amazing opportunity, for giving your insights on the team today. So at this point, we'd like to hear from our audience. I don't know if anyone has questions. I know at the beginning we asked to drop them. Thank you, Mrs. Edwina, as well. Don't know if anyone has questions to ask. You can drop it or signify. Anyone? Okay. Let's remember that we can also reach out to our panelists. I'm sure they are willing to. Okay. Micah, let's hear from you, please.
Again, thank you so much, Cami, and thank you to all the panelists. I really have learned a lot, and this really was a very beautiful, well thought panel session, having diverse women in the lineup. So my question is for Ms. Damilola Davids, and other panelists could also assist in shedding more insights too. So you actually said dare to be different, but as upcoming, let me say young professionals, whereby we are still trying to like carve our pathways, and we try to like stylishly follow the path of our mentors. For instance, I want to be a petroleum engineer. I want to be a doctor. I see this doctor or petroleum engineer that is really doing very good in the industry, and I try to carve my pathway, just mimicking the steps that he or she followed. How will I try to be different in the process of actually not exactly mimicking, but leading the pathways that he or she already have? So how would that make me different? Would that make me like in quote, a copycat of that person, or how eventually would I be different? So thank you.
Yeah, I like your question. So I use the word dare to be different, which means that you're basically doing something that scares you. So it is very good. Like everybody has mentioned, you need to have mentors, you need to have people to look up to. But we all know that we are very different people. Even if we have the same upbringing, even if you're twins, you're very different people. So the way you would approach what somebody else has done is different than what how the person approached it. So yes, you can take your lessons from people. You can even look at, okay, what skills did this person do? What certifications did they do? But when you're doing that and when you're approaching it, you're going to have thoughts, you're going to have ideas, you're going to have things that you want to do that maybe somebody else has not done, or even the person you're following has not done. Now, the dare part or the courageous part of you is now doing those things. I'm going to give you an example. I moved from working physically to remote jobs like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And I was going into a contract job. And then I had people who have moved into remote jobs, but they actually were like, it was full-time jobs for them. And I remember somebody telling me that once you go from working physically to working remotely, you're not going to go back. Now, I started doing the remote job and then I was like, oh, I have time to actually do something else. And, contracting, I was like, okay, I can do it. I didn't have an example of people who had done it around me as much, but I still decided to do it because I felt like I could do it. Now, in copying people, in mimicking people's steps, in following your mentor steps, you're going to have things that is unique to you. So the advice is in that step, dare to be different and be like, even though this is not what somebody else has done, even though this is not what people would normally do, but because this is me, I am different from Mutiat, I am different from Asana, I'm different from Luakemi. This is how I would approach it. Let me do it this way. That's when you actually get the value of the things. For instance, I mean, it's very rare to see somebody that is in the industry write research papers, but you see Mrs. Asana started writing papers because she felt like I can do this, I can contribute this. Maybe there was nobody around her that was doing that at that time, but she decided to approach that thing differently, and that is what made her stand out and be someone that is more valuable to other people. So we all have the how will I say, the permission to be greater than our mentors, but we cannot be greater than our mentors if we do exactly what they do. We need to be different in a good way. Thank you. I hope that helps.
Yes,
Thank
it
you.
totally did. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else have a question to ask, please? Any other question, please? Okay. In the absence of any question, fortunately, we have to come to an end. We have to come to the end of this panel session. And I would like to sincerely thank our amazing panelists once again for sharing their insights, their knowledge, their experiences today. Today's discussion has been truly exciting. It has highlighted how giving value, building relationships. Okay, we want to ask a question. Sekina Yusuf, can you please make it brief?
Yes, good afternoon.
Thank you.
I have a question. And thank you
Okay.
very much to the panelists. That was very insightful one. So I have a question for Mrs. Damilola.
Can you go on with your question, please?
All right. So I want to ask a question about pivoting, which the question is how, in a case where you have two options that you want to pivot into, two career options to pivot into, is there a way to go around picking the best one for you at like not by especially in a case where you don't have so much time and you just really want to kickstart? So thank you very much. Can you please?
Okay. I think that um the best option is what you make of it. That's where I will start from. because when you're pivoting, when you have many options around you, if you've come down to those two options, there are reasons why it's just those two options. And what you need to do is one, you need to research. And I will say this, I know it's probably not what you want to hear, but there's no hard and fast rule to, to making it when you pivot. You need to, time is what you don't have, but time is what you have to give, right? So, I know that sometimes it's like, oh, we want to be there. We want to get to the point where I will get a job fast. But sometimes you cut corners doing that. And in making a decision, I think it has to come to two things. You need to research and be like, okay, which one resonates more with me when I look at what it is that is being done. You can also do it by talking to people who are already in that field and have them tell you all the, in quotes, all the things that are unpleasant about their roles and feel like, can I handle this? And then third, you need to then decide that this is what I want to do and put your focus on it. It might, for somebody else, it might not be the best decision. Somebody might look at it and be like, why don't you go for this one? But because you made that decision, it's the best decision. That's what you need to tell yourself. Because if you don't do that, you're going to keep second guessing yourself and wish that you go back to the other one, and then you have to give it time. Because yes, you don't have a lot of time. You want to transition, you want to do this. I think that you should not make a decision based on which one is the shortest to transition into, but make a decision on which one, where do I see myself in future. Think beyond the next 1 year, beyond the next 6 months. Think into the future and use that to help you make your decision. Time, you have to give time. I think that people make this mistake a lot when you're trying to transition and then you want to start making money because you see somebody else making a lot of money, or this person is earning in dollars, and then you want to just start, get into that position very fast. You need to give time. So you need to tell yourself, I need to give time. I need to give my ego. I need to give my money. I need to give stability just to achieve this thing. It might not look like it in the next 1 year, but I need to keep at it. I think that's like the secret to success. Nobody just, blows in one day. You have to be consistent and give it time. I hope that helps, Sekina.
Okay, Sakina, are you there?
Okay, thank you very much. I've gotten that. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Sakina, for your question. Um, okay, I think I have to finally hand over to the next segment of this program. Thank you very much to our panelists for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, Ma. Over to you, Michael.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Kemi. And thank you to once again to all our panelists. I believe that everyone on this call, I've actually learned one or two, and I've been able to like put down and jot down some things. I wish this panel session could continue till tomorrow. But like they say, everything actually comes to an end. So thank you once again. I will be moving to the next on our agenda. And yes, next on our agenda is behind the scenes energy. Apologies for that. Behind the scenes energy. So this firstly is a YouTube podcast that is created now by Madam Mistura, and it's a podcast, a rant-free YouTube podcast where people can share the sins we don't want others to see. So when Madam Mistura made this post on LinkedIn on how, or the whole concept of birthing this idea, you can actually see that it took her 10 years, like 10 years ago was when she actually attended a diversity and inclusion event where some questions, some topics and all was kind of like foreign to her, but it's really made her to keep on asking those how questions. How would this become this? How would I pivot? How would I learn? How would I do this? So eventually 10 years ago, and now she has decided to create this Rant for YouTube podcast whereby people can come to share the scenes we do not want others to see, where others can also learn. So please, you can go to YouTube. You can subscribe to the channel, and I really tell you, you won't actually regret doing this. Just keep watch and get to know more about energy from experience to excellence. Our energy, your guidance. So everybody, please subscribe to the YouTube podcast at BTS dash energy, HERNERGY. Thank you very much. And moving on, another exciting part of today's program is the Kahoot session. For this session, there are beautiful prizes to be won. First, second, third, you have a lot of amazing prizes. So please, let's just go to the Kahoot, www.kahoot.it for the Kahoot session. Please, the website is www.kahoot.it, or you can scan the barcode to take you to the page. And while you are joining, please use your name, your actual name. So use your full name, because that is what we are going to be able to use to know the winners. So scan the barcode, use your real name to join in. Yes, the game pin is 8630561. Join at www.kahoot.it, or you scan the barcode. When you do that, you input the game pin 8630561, and then you join with your real name. Okay, I can see Aisha. I can see Latifa. I can see Miriam. We are waiting for others. Oh, I can see myself. Wow. Who is using my name? Calculus, please. Is your real name Calculus? Calculus, please try to join with your real name, because if you win, apparently you won't be awarded, because part of the rules were join with your actual name. Okay, so Calculus, you just have 30 seconds to join back. And for all others, we are going to kickstart in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the first question. What does IWD mean? Okay, Montserrat products are certified by SON, FRSC, NAFDAC, NEPC. For people that were listening during the panel session, you should get this. Okay. Miss Montserrat's products are certified by SON. The GivetoGain strategy suggests that opportunities come from, is it A, adding value, luck, competition, or waiting? Okay. The third question, what does purpose signify? Growth and nature, justice and dignity, peace and unity, hope and purity. 3 people got this wrong. Okay, 6 people got this wrong. And we have Sani Khadija on the leading board. Okay, second. One of the UN SDGs the foundation aligns with is life underwater, clean energy, climate action. I think it's life underwater. And one person failed this. Wow. Sani Khadija is still on top. Sani Khadija is still on top. The answer is computer science. The answer is law. The answer is business administration. Okay. Sani Khadija is still on top. Wow. A lot of people will feel this. Okay, I said so. 3 people got this wrong. It is Miss TB's and Okpe has overthrown Khadija. Okay. Okpe, can you hold on to that first position? Let's see. Okpe lost. Okpe has lost the first title. We have Tosin on top. Is it Women's Day? Is International Women's Day. Tosin is back. Travel grants. The answer is travel grants. The answer is free housing. The answer is scholarship abroad. And one person still failed it. Okpe is on top. We have 7 questions to go. Who is the current Director General of the WTO? Is it Amina, Zainab, Obi, or Ngozi? Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is the current director of the World Trade Organization. Okpe is still on top and is leading. What is the theme of the IWD event? And everyone got this, thank God. And Tosin is on the leading board now. He's on the leaders board. Edwina Momo is the founder of which social impact organization? Pattern Finder, Leadership Active, Be Unveiled, and Break Out the Box. Tosin is on the leaders board. 4 questions to go. One word that describes today's events. Boring, confusing, empowering, difficult. Everyone is meant to get this question. And while we are doing this Kahoot, let me just expose the gifts. For first place, person will be winning 10K so that people can actually score in answering the questions. And it's okay, we have the 18th question. And we still have Tosin Yusuf on the leaders board. What degree does Asana have? If you were listening during the panel session, you should get this. Hope organizers of this Kahoot game are also participating. And Tosin is still leading. Who was the first woman to win the Nobel Prize? Michael. Oh, there is no Michael in the option. I think there is a mistake there. Michael was the first woman to win the Nobel Prize. Who was the first woman to win the Nobel Prize? Marie Curie, Mother Teresa, Rosalind, or Jane? Marie Curie was the first woman. And for the last question, the last but not the least, which panelist is the MD CEO of Egret Media? Is it Damilola Monsurat Mutiat Hassana? The last but not the least question, to crown the winner, who would get this? Would Okpe be overthrown? Would Yusuf overtake? Who would win? And in third place, we have, wow, Tosin Yusuf, Miriam, second place. And the winner goes to, I won. Woo! Okay, congratulations to our 3 winners. For first place, you're winning 10,000, second 7,000, third 5,000. This is a form of data support and just appreciation for joining in. So for the 3 winners, please reach out to the number for you to reach out to would be typed on the chat box. But congratulations once again for the 3 winners. I believe my share would also be there. So thank you to everyone who participated in the Kahoot session. And congratulations once again to our winners. Next on our agenda, we have the upcoming events from Mr. B's from Educational Foundation Program. We have the upcoming event. I'll be calling on the one and only Madam Mistura to come to give us highlights of the upcoming events and projects. Madam Mistura, please, you have the floor. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Michael. And wow, it has been empowering. It has been wonderful, like hearing from different perspectives, business owner, business coach, entrepreneur by excellence, the pivot, like Damilola's story was just like, to some people, it will be like, is it misplaced priority? Like, after more than 22 research papers, then you decided to change completely away from what you've been doing. That is the definition of audacity. Like, knowing what you want to do and going for it and doing it afraid. From Miss Mutia, like, I like what she said. This, what you about would say, like, someone ọmọ nílé ọmọ lọ́nà. Sorry if you are not Yoruba. To moving to sleeping on someone else's couch for 6 years because you know what you actually want, and now the story is like behind the scene of what the success story is. Then to Monsurat, who started the business, same way doing it afraid, using other people's equipment. But the goal was she knew what she wanted, and today she does footwear, she does leather works for dignitaries, and is well recognized out there. And to Asana, being a leader in male dominating field and a recognized one internationally at that. So please, Michael, help me move to the next slide. Yes, so as a way of the entrepreneurship and the way we give back to the community, one of the things we do is to empower women, and this is in collaboration with Barrier Fashion. We are going to be training 3 women in free fashion skills. They will be moving from beginner, from those who know nothing. We just need people with passion, people with fire, and people that are dedicated. In the flyer, you can see those that benefited from it when we first started. And so these are the requirements that we need, but it's not virtual, obviously. So we need people who can actually transport themselves. I think the fashion houses in Abulegba area, Ahmadiyya precisely. So if you know anyone within that area from age 16 to 40, we want people who have at least SSC certificates, so at least you can read, you can write, and there's nothing like child labor or anything. So we want to train them so that they can be empowered, and this would also give room for them to empower others. So you can either call the number on the screen or apply using the link on the flyer. You can do a screenshot or you go to our social media pages and share with people you know who need this. So the deadline for application is in 6 days. So if you know anyone, please share with them. Okay, next slide, please. Yes, so this is from Edwina. Like she said, I actually connected with her on LinkedIn. And I think that's the power of reaching out to people, knowing what you want. Like I saw her profile, I was like, wow, this speaks to what I want, not knowing that there's going to be an opportunity to actually work alongside her. So she is starting a leadership accelerator program. And from what the power you heard her say, you can see that this is going to be value packed. So if you know any woman who wants to fill these 6 seats in their life, know how to like personal development, manage your family, grow your business, the corporate space, be a global recognized leader, and also help your community, that next move you need is to apply. So just scan this barcode and feel I think this was shared on the chat box earlier. So you can also, yes, let's slay. I like that, Kemi. It's time to slay. So you apply, and only 30 spaces. Only 30 spaces. So if you know anyone who is deserving of being in this room, please tell them to apply, because this is power packed. I think that's all from my end. Michael, I think you can take you.
Yes, thank you so much, Madam Mistura. So, like she already mentioned, for people interested in fashion, or if you know anyone, please just reach out, fill this form, scan this barcode, or reach out to Misty B for the fashion skills training, and also for the Women's Leadership Accelerator. I think we can all agree that the Mr. B's Educational Foundation really is impacting just from this meeting, just from this program. I already have seen different opportunities, and each opportunities have or come with its own specialty. So it's not just telling you that it's just one linear pathway in which Mr. B is trying to empower. So for people in fashion, for people in diverse areas. So I think before we even come to an end, please, can we all give a virtual round of applause to the Mr. B's Educational Foundation? I can't see.
Yes, just to say, one of the winners actually reached out to me and said he will be donating his gift to the Light Up a Child's project. So please, we need more sponsors. If you know anyone, I'm going to be sharing the flyer. Sorry, Micah, for cutting that short. I just needed to say that.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma. And thank you very much to our sponsor. So, like Madam Misra said, you can reach out to her, you can reach out to the organization to sponsor Light Up a Child Education. So, thank you to our sponsor. Thank you once again. And lastly, before we come to the end of today's program, we have another job opportunity. A part-time support staff is needed for business research. You need to be good at visibility studies and business plan. For you to apply, send a mail to info@mistybsfoundation.org. Referral code MistyB IWD-PRTT time. I think on the chat box, they would assist in typing that. So that is another job opportunity. And yes, it has really been a very beautiful 3-hour program, very insightful, very, very wonderful. This program really has taught me a lot. I already have jotted down a lot, and I believe it's something that would help me in pivoting my career and just trying to explore how the world, you understand, would look like for me. And thank you all very much for joining to this program. To connect, to know more about what Mr. B's Foundation is all about, please, the website is mrbsfoundation.org. To assist, to sponsor, to donate, to support, you can send a mail to info@mrbsfoundation.org. To be updated with the incoming programs and opportunities, you can connect with Mr. B's Educational Foundation on LinkedIn. Just follow their page on LinkedIn, on Instagram, Mr. B's Foundation, and on YouTube, Mr. B's Educational Foundation. So thank you all very much for joining today's program. Before we call it a day, please, Madam Misra, if you can just give us a very short closing remark. It would be nice to hear your voice once again.
Thank you very much. I think I indirectly gave the closing remark before, talking about the opening, the upcoming event. And like I said, I learned a whole lot. This was power packed. Like from working with my team, the selecting. I remember when we were looking for speakers, we were looking for panelists, and we just wanted people of value. One of my teammates, Khadija, when I shared her the profile of Smutia, and she was like, I always love to hear her speak. I really want her. We hope she's going to give us a yes. And when we reached out, she gave a yes, and we were like, okay, so this is coming together from reaching out to Edwina. Also, I think Khadija was the one that helped us. You see, that's the power of having people around you. That's the power of having people to know the value that you offer and know what you want to bring to the table. For all
Femi.
events, for all events we've organized, we've been able to identify speakers.
Yeah, it's
That,
that. It's Anaya, come. It's
Edwina,
the postman.
you're unmuted.
Oh, sorry.
So from identifying speakers, like when you have a team that actually believes and sees the vision you are driving at, it makes it easy for you to actually get things done, to bring the right people to the table. She was also the one, this is just me giving accolades to my team right now. She was the one that gave um she that referred Monsurat, Damilola, and also gave a thumbs up to Mutia. She was like, yes, we would need all of these people on board. We need them to speak once a year, the power behind their success. And I'm very glad we were able to pull this through. Then also, yes, I talked about how connecting with Edwina on LinkedIn was like, and this brought us to where we are today. Also, Asana is someone that we've been in the industry together. I have always seen her as a mentor. She does a whole lot of things out there. And you know what it means to climb to the leadership position in a male-dominated industry. A lot of people just want to hear how you are doing this. And we are very glad that we could bring everyone together. And to you, Michael, for taking it up to be the MC for this event and to tell you did it beautifully. To every other person on the team, to Damilola, to Okpeyemi, to Emmanuel, I don't know if he's here right now, to Victor, and every other person, I want to say thank you to the mentees for sharing, to our mentors for joining, and every other person. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is just the beginning of what Mr. B's Foundation actually has. We have a lot of things that we are going to uncover. And if you missed this session is going to be we're going to put it on our YouTube channel. A lot of people have been asking for the replay, and I think we need to work on that ASAP. So if you know anyone that missed this, please tell them to follow our YouTube channel and be a part of the foundation. Thank you once again. Sorry I couldn't share my video. Thank you once again. We really appreciate and have a lovely day. And just to remind you that you are worth celebrating every day. I guess just putting a day to the celebration just makes it like, okay, a reminder to celebrate yourself, but you are what celebrated every day. And please do it afraid, be audacious, and just keep winning. Thank you. Oh, okay. I think Khadija was saying we should have snapshots. Michael, I don't know. Can you coordinate that?
Okay. Thank you so much, Madam Misura, for such a lovely closing remark. Please, everyone, would like to see all your beautiful and handsome faces. So can we all switch on our camera? It's time for us to see the faces behind the emojis, behind the reactions. For people that want data support, I can't see your face. So if I can't see your face, I don't believe anybody will be receiving data support. Tosin. Okay. King. Miriam. Abdulsalam. Okay. I would be taking the picture. So can we all say cheese? Oh no, inside can we all say Mr. B? If you are saying Mr. B, I would see your mouth, the way it's going to curve. So please, can we all say Mr. B? One more time, Mr. B. Done. Done. Wow. Wow. See everyone. Thank you all. Thank you very much. And once again, on behalf of Mr. B's Educational Foundation, thank you all for joining today's program. We hope to see you in the next upcoming program, and have a lovely weekend. Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.